How about now? Can you guys hear me now? One in the chat if you can hear me now. All right. Now we're back online. All right. All right. Now that we got my audio figured out. Let me see if I can get some more people up in here. I got that. Should be pinned in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Got my audio figured out. And we'll hit up this Saturday Night Live for a little bit. See who anybody wants to come up and do some discussion. I invited some people. Spread this link around. Bear with me. This is totally last second. You guys tell me what you think. I ended up trimming about 10 inches off the beard of accountability. So many split ends in it. I had to trim her up. Now I can wear a body camera again without it being on my stomach. Just sending some invites out now. See if we can get some people up in the old basement. Got somebody in the basement, but they are device not connected, whoever's down there. Bear with me, folks. This is a last minute, last second thing. We're gonna send some invites out and then we'll start chatting. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, sweet for me. Get this algorithm running for the Erie County fam. I got a little preview maybe for you guys on this video coming out Monday. Tell you about it in a second here. All right. I sent out some invitations and we'll see what goes down, who wants to come up. But so kind of a last minute Saturday Night Live. We haven't done one, geez, in months. So I figured we'd come up and say hi to some of the fam and see who else wants to join us. I know I asked a few people; they said they were interested. We'll see if they show. But so I'll tell you about the video coming out Monday. It's going to be a nice one. I went to the Niagara City Council meeting, right? And it's the same Niagara Falls where they trespassed me for taking pictures of the mayor's door. But yeah, I went to the city council meeting to go ahead and speak to the city council about the city hall, number one, being locked down, number two, no transparency, and boy, that board is something else, man. There's a 5-man board. There was 4 of them there. One was on vacation, but needless to say, I went on for my public speaking, and the chairman tried to have me removed. Called the police to remove me. 3 police officers came up behind me. I turned around, I looked him in the face, and I told him, "Hey, you better honor your oath because I'm not done talking yet." And I turned around, and continued talking, and they did just that. Um, Pretty impressive, to say the least, that the police honored their oath and not the chairman. And the chairman told the police to remove me a few times, and the police just stood there and let me speak. And I called them a cockroach and a shitbag, and they weren't happy about it. But the police weren't going to violate my rights, which was pretty impressive. So you guys be ready for that video to be coming out. Let's see, we got somebody up here. We got Southeastern PA Community Cop Watch today.
Not cop watch.
Oh, Community Watch.
What's up, Dana?
What on?
Used to be cop watch in the very beginning, but then I'm like, I'm more than just a cop watch, just like you. You know, going after your city, state, and federal government more than your local cops. So yeah, you're doing great work, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, there was that whole Niagara Falls I was just talking about, and I was gonna consider filing a lawsuit for them removing me from the city hall, but it's gonna be hard to file a lawsuit and want to file that lawsuit after, it's almost like they learned a lesson from that last video where, I'm sure people redressed their grievances and they heard about it, but sure enough, they did not remove me. And that chairman, whoo, wait till you guys see the look on his face when he was not when they did not remove me. He even they shut my microphone down, and I just spoke up louder. I was like, "Listen, you can shut my microphone off. It's just going to show, how much you guys are against the First Amendment and free speech, but my voice is loud enough and I will be heard."
Well, you make a good point, because one of the biggest problems is fellow Americans that just don't get it. Like the people in charge, like like the councilmen and people like that who don't understand anything about laws or rights or even care. They're so full of ego and so full of power that they just don't get it. And them having the power is difficult to take away from them, the power they have, not knowing what's going on. And they're like, they stop freedom, and then they stop everything from happening because they think that they're right when they're wrong. And it's just an amazing study.
Yeah, I mean, boy, it's not easy doing what we do. That's for sure. I learned this in the hard way, and
Yeah. I always say, if you didn't get arrested, you're not doing it right. Okay. We've all been there.
And I've definitely not been arrested, so I mean, that can't be true because I had to go to court once because of my YouTube channel and because of my auditing, and I smoked them in court. That was lockboard, but I've created a lot of change, and I've created a lot of um,
You have.
awareness to our rights, and I never really take the arrest. Of course, being on probation, I'm on federal probation, as everybody
Right.
knows, so I really can't be taking arrests. But
Well, I've learned the hard way that you don't need to be arrested to prove your point and to show the world their violations, and even to sue them if you wanted to. So you are correct. And when I first started this, the way I did it, I got arrested too many times, and it just cost so much money, time, and aggravation, fighting for your freedoms and then suing them in civil court, and it's just not worth it. So you are doing it even better than most by being calm, demeanor is proper, knowing your rights, standing strong, um, you know, not getting arrested, leaving if you have to, because it's not worth the arrest. Really not. Really not at all. And then you can still seek your grievances and file complaints and, get action without suing and without being arrested. So good for you, man. Been watching you for quite a while.
yeah, the channel's growing. It's been growing even faster. It's ever since I hit 100,000, and Erie
Congrats.
County, proud of every Erie County family member out there. So, I certainly couldn't do this without you guys out there. So I'm glad you guys are here with me tonight. And we don't really have any topics on the subject, but I got somebody in the basement there. You got You want to click your camera on and show your face. I'm not sure I recognize the channel.
Yeah, you don't want to see my ugly puss. That's why I put that silly picture up of our fearless leader. Yeah, so I was going to go to the January 6th. Brian, Wolfie Gladley, and some other people went down. I just couldn't make it that day, and kind of glad I didn't.
Yeah, I wish I didn't make it. I'll tell you
That
that.
area, even though I've been kind of wanting the FBI and some higher governments to come knock on my door, but they won't come knocking. I invite them and send them letters and call them and invite them, and they don't want to come. So I go knocking on their door, and then when I do, they hide. So
You don't want them knocking on the door like they knocked on my door. They showed up with a 7-man SWAT team.
wow.
They kicked in 2 unlocked doors. They brought 2 helicopters, a 6-wheel tank truck, and
I bet.
I think like 3 Erie County sheriffs and 5 state troopers. And boy, they showed some force for a misdemeanor.
And not even. Okay. I mean, it's the people's house. You can go in on a tour. You can be invited. You're not invited. I hear what you're saying. It was just a show, meaning your raid, your knock, hundreds of others, thousands of arrests. It was just a show to say this is what we are going to do to anybody who stands up against our tyranny. Okay.
This is what, almost 3.5, 4 years later. I heard they just arrested somebody else.
Yeah, they're still doing it.
Yesterday or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just amazing, and so it's difficult to get a crowd like that again, with people being scared of their corrupt government. So they sent a message, and it was well received by many. And it's a shame because I don't think you can see that kind of group or that gathering again because of it. If they had another gathering like that, would you go again?
I would go, but I mean, I would be ready for
The
what
trap?
could happen. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely not. I mean, it was definitely a trap.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I love going to DC. There's plenty of videos of me uh, down there dealing with the Capitol Police and all their nonsense. And it's such a, for me, it's such a great place to go. It's just such a dirty criminal place that any building is just fair game for catching a lot of tyrants and criminals on camera. It's pretty crazy. I love the Capitol Police though, trolling the shit out of them. They're such cowards. I'm sorry.
I if I ever went to something like that again, I mean, I certainly would make sure I never went inside of a building. I would stay where I could stay, and I
Yeah.
would make sure I would be video recording everything.
Well, they were arresting people that
Everything.
they arrested people that weren't even there. Okay, they were
Yeah, they
arrested people that weren't even in the buildings. So again, it was just a show of their force to say, "How dare you? How dare you step up to us or demand, what's right?" And all it was a gathering of people saying, "Hey, man, something smells. Let's stop and think about what we're doing and do this properly and make sure all the votes are counted and there's no shenanigans." And they don't want any parts of that.
Yeah, Liberty Troll, 100%. The beard's definitely going to start growing back within a year. It'll be back nice and long, but I had to trim out a bunch of split ends in that, and I think the barber went a little bit nuts. But what are you going to do?
Looks
I
good.
don't have to wear my body camera on my stomach anymore. I can wear it up on my chest, so I get better footage on that. But
Yeah, it was getting kind of long there, buddy. I hear you. You look
yeah,
good.
I took about 10 inches off. So
Yeah, I'm telling you. Now, how long that take you to grow? At least 3, 4, 5 years to get it
that
down
was
that line.
that was a 2-year-old beard. I
That's
was
it.
clean
Nice.
shaven 2 years ago, just about.
Okay. Nice.
So it grows pretty quick, but definitely had to do a little change up.
Yeah, I do love that you have the time to go throughout your state and visit all these counties and different cities and towns. That's what I was doing for a while, hitting as many places and seeing how they react to just a normal visit. And,
As a matter,
yeah,
as a matter of
you're,
fact, why everybody's down there? Put a 1 in the chat if you like the beard this length, or put a 2 in the chat if you want that thing back down to my my stomach.
yeah. I
But
tried it a couple of times. It's just too itchy for me, man.
you know, the beard itches like when you got a clean shaven face. It itches for like 2 or 3 days, then the itch goes away, and then once it grows, it keeps growing. It's done.
Yeah,
So like that itch is literally lasts a day or two only for anybody from a clean shaven to starting to, you know.
right. Get some length, right, right. So
A lot of people.
what are you doing for Mother's Day tomorrow?
Me, I don't know. I guess my mom's going to Canada with my sister and her daughter to celebrate some Mother's Day. So I probably will have to do my Mother's Day celebrating with my mom after
Oh, nice,
Monday or Tuesday.
nice. Yeah, good. Yeah, my mom sadly is no longer on this plane. Uh, so kids are going to take the wife out and us. So it'll be nice. I think we're going to brunch or something. But yeah, pretty crazy stuff, man. So I guess things may be changing. I always said that it's so far gone that things may not ever change back to a point where there's a no return. And you and some other people are I guess, are kind of showing that there possibly is a return to normalcy someday, or to try and flip what's going on.
It's hard to really say. I mean, the
The
world
crowd
has
is so
changed so dramatically in the last 5 years, and
mhm.
even going back as far as 10 years, it's been such a change that like
It
ever
is.
since ever
Yeah,
since that Trump got into presidency. I mean, like back then, I deleted my Facebook and all social media like that because it became so damn divisive, and
yeah.
everything got so political, and so the country got so divided, and I
And
don't know.
they sure
I don't,
hated having him in there.
and
Yeah,
and it makes you wonder: was he, such a bad guy, or was he against the establishment so bad they made him out to be a bad guy? And I think
I think it's a
I
lot.
don't know. I mean, like Donald Trump, I would like to vote for the guy again, but I don't think I can anymore. If he's talking about um, immunity for police.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna have to vote against that, even whatever that means. I have to vote against that because police with full immunity would be absolutely crazy.
it already is with their qualified immunity, correct? And people don't realize that judges have qualified immunity, district attorneys, prosecutors, a lot of all congressmen, all senators, they all have pure immunity, where you can never regress or get any, satisfaction if they do something wrong. And it's a big problem. Qualified immunity is a huge problem. And so is no repercussions. That's why cops are like, oh yeah, do what you want, go ahead, file a complaint, yeah, because they know they're not going to hear about it. They know it's going to go right through the shredder. They know no one cares. They investigate themselves. There should be citizen organizations or committees that are in charge of hearing violations from officers or city officials or public officials. And but just like term limits, they'll never vote that in because they don't want their power ever to go away. So it's a huge battle, man.
What's up, Joe? Cool. Welcome to the show.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. No idea what you guys were talking about. It just bailed in, but thank you.
We're
Chicago in
talking.
the house.
We were
Uh,
talking about how I could not possibly vote for Donald Trump. Talking about immunity for the police, absolute immunity for the police. That would be absolutely
I,
mayhem. They could get away with everything they ever wanted to. It would be insane. I'd have to vote against them for that.
it's as if that's the one thing that we needed. But I think this is great. I got buddies, man, who I think are sane, but they still believe in Trump. This, if they don't do it, if they don't break some of my buddies, man, that are freedom fighters and still Trumpers.
Yeah. I always say if voting mattered, your masters wouldn't allow you to do it. So
I agree.
It's probably fact.
I kind of gave up on voting years ago. Kind of get rid of my quiet consent to this illegal corporate government.
I love the way you phrase that, bro.
What's happening, Joe?
You got it doing good. Back in Chicago, first day back, man. I'm
I
out in the
saw that
streets.
you're with Press Harder was out there with you
Oh,
recently.
yeah. That's right.
Our
Him
boy,
and,
huh?
Illinois Tire Patrol. Yeah, that's my man's, right?
Okay. Yeah, he traveled a little distance to come see you, huh?
He was here. I came from Kansas. He was already in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, last time I was talking with you, I guess we were on Solar Yakker's live stream, and you were, or was it Johnny 5-0's? I think it was Johnny
Johnny's
5-0.
probably Johnny's.
But good. Yeah, you travel a little bit too. Good for you, man.
Oh, yeah, man. I enjoy that shit. They say that's the best way to grow is travel, right? And it's hard to be racist and ignorant and shit and judge people when you
Yep.
travel because you find out people are people everywhere.
Good man. Yeah, I took my children traveling quite a bit when they were growing up. You know, every year we go on a vacation to a different state or a different place, and it really matters. You get to see the world and what it's all about.
That's education. That's what parents should do, man. And while they out there, they should be explaining to the kids how, I was going to park there and we were going to camp here, but they took all the land and the government fucking sucks, man. They privatized everything.
Believe you me, my kids are fully awake.
I believe it.
Fully. Yeah, they know the truth.
I'm newly awake my damn self, to be honest. I always hated these cats, but I was sheep. I believe they had magic powers and shit, bro. I'm telling you. So I'm newly awakened, man.
Yeah, we were all asleep for too long, and that's what part of the problem was. That's where they got to the point where they are today. We kind of just watched it happen without realizing it.
It is, man. The chains of habit are too weak to be felt until they are too strong to be broken. They sneak up on you, and then by the time you realize it, it's very difficult.
They're smart. They do it incrementally, step by step, quietly, slowly.
Death by 1,000 cuts type shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Area, I feel like I'm hogging your shit here. I talk.
No. What are you out cop watching, you say?
I am, yeah.
So guys getting some action out there or what?
Actually, Scanner's pretty dead. And they let so much shit fly now. Like it was a crowd. It came over the radio as a crowd of 100 people. And it's just motherfuckers out there doing prom. And, they had the street blocked. My man went in there. Damn, I think Erie disappeared. Well, I'll finish the story. The police went by there and, they moved out the way and shit. And he called in. He's like, they're being cool, and the street's not blocked anymore. And, they used the rough house behind shit like that and feel like they had to exert their authority. But, they let the kids, it's just somebody having prom. They got a really bunch of people out there and take pictures outside the house type shit. It's peaceful.
I got kicked off. My cat jumped on the desk and kicked me out for a second.
We had a Juneteenth celebration up at the party. I was up at the park. I was up earlier. That motherfucker packed, bro.
I have a hard time with scanners up this way, man. They keep on changing their crystals and their fucking frequencies, and it's so tough to get a scanner that's up to date and that can catch, their calls.
So if theoretically, hypothetically, if Chicago encrypted that frequency, I could buy a scanner and still listen?
You still can.
All right.
Is that what you said?
Yes, can I?
I believe, I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but I was told that you have to, in New York at least, have to have a license for
really
amateur radio license to be able to
have a scanner?
To have the scanner and get on all the police stations. That's big.
It doesn't surprise me.
That's just bullshit.
Buy your right from the government, of course.
Fuck mask. On that shit.
Pennsylvania versus Mims or so, Mayberry, I think it was, where it says that if the government takes away a privilege and tries to attach a fee to it, that it's illegal, and you can just tell them to go fuck themselves. But who knows?
Until they lock you.
They just love. Exactly. It's all about extortion. It's all about
Yeah, they
lies
tell
and
me
tricks.
driving is a privilege. That's what they tell me.
Well, it depends if you're doing it for commerce or for travel. You know what I mean? But we don't want to go down that road.
No. I mean, I would. I don't know what fucking Erie want to do, but I absolutely agree. It's logical. If I'm just going to visit my friend who lives in Detroit, it's none of your business. I don't owe you money. However, if I join with your commerce system and tell you I want to use your roads to make money off of, and now you have an argument. I agree with you.
No, you are correct. I always tell them I'm just traveling in my personal conveyance. I have nothing to do with your commerce nonsense. And then they take you to court, and then the judge wants to not hear it and throw you contempt, and blah blah blah. It's just a big vicious game.
I'm making a video. I just went to court with one of my buddies. He got dumped on his head the first day. They had to take him to the hospital. He's a vet. It was a big mess. Then the next time he went to court, they gave him a $75 fine. He lost it. The judge, I came on that last day, was very familiar with those arguments. I thought it was the greatest shit I've ever seen. I'd do it again 100 times. Oh, and we fucked up that it was okay to film there, and then after we left, they changed the filming policy because fucking some of my Jamie then was out there and Lady Justice.
Yep.
Yeah, they changed
Y'all
the filming
chopped up
policy.
there, Joe.
Oh, I am. I don't know what to tell you. That shitty internet.
Yeah.
Check.
I'm hearing them fine. I don't know how the people in the chat are hearing. I guess there's some people in the basement. You guys got to turn your cameras on. I'm not sure who you guys are. Got Eyes on E-Town. I'm not sure who that is. You guys recognize that name?
Don't ring a bell.
Yeah, you don't recognize the names, huh, Dan?
I don't. I got Truth Freeze and Eyes on E-Town. I'm not familiar with either of these names.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them either.
I'll mute up. Somebody's playing some loud music.
So how long you back in town for, Joe? A couple weeks before you head out again?
Probably a couple of months, right?
Yeah, good. Back at home for a while. Sweet.
I ain't been here in about 7 months or something.
Okay.
And I found out that they don't. Who is this? Eyes on E-Town. What's going on, man?
I can't read that.
Hey, what's up? It says still new but trying.
There you go. That's all that matters.
You be out doing some audits or what?
Yeah, I've watched y'all for years, and I moved to E-Town, Kentucky, and I was doing some filming. My wife got me a new phone, a second phone, and I left and come to my house, and 3 officers showed up at my door trying to get my ID and tell me I was trespassed, even though I wasn't on the property. So I said, well, now it's time to pick it up, just like all y'all have been watching for years.
I'm curious. You were watching them when they tried to trespass you. Did you stand up? Did you know something already from YouTube, or did you get bullied?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They in the video I have on YouTube, they end up getting my name, but don't explain how they have it. And I went and filed a complaint, and the lieutenant said, of course, he didn't violate your 4th Amendment or anything like that. And I said, well, I don't understand. If the officer says in the video that even the guy says I wasn't on the property, I was just on the sidewalk, but how did you know to even come to my house? I just moved into this town.
They gave me a crib down.
My house, my very first video. And I did mess a little things up, because your first time, I know y'all are OGs, you know what I mean?
But I remember I've been there and I still make mistakes.
And I'm every video I'm trying. But yeah, they got me, but they gave me a trespass warning. I got film of that too. They when went to the police station, try to do all the things that I've learned from y'all. And they say, yeah, we're going to send you this stuff. And it's been months. Keep doing it again. Nothing's happening. Yeah. But I seen Erie County on, and I was like, oh, well, hey, Denver Metro. Hey, all y'all are Joe Cole, all y'all are my favorites, man. Jersey.
Right on, man. I wanted to say my vote for Mr. Erie County is to keep the beard clean cut like that, dude. I like that. You're looking fly, man.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Looking good.
It's clean,
It's
bro.
definitely easier to put the body camera on the chest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna be getting the ladies now, bro. Especially with that lineup and that taper.
Got Chris.
Yeah, the other one was a little too caveman-y, bro.
What's up, brother?
What's up, Chris?
This is your video here?
Yes,
you getting
I think that's my
trespassed?
first one. Yes, sir. I think
This is the
that's
one
my
where they
first-
came to your house?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's take a look.
I believe that's my first one. I bought a computer after this happened to learn, so I'm still learning.
Good for you for getting out there. That's the hardest part is
Name and
making it
badge.
leap.
Nope, this ain't the first one. This is another incident that since
This
I've
is at your
been
house,
auditing,
too?
they come to my house and now try to get me for everything. The very first one says, so this one says try again. Now, there's another one that says on private property. That was my very first video.
What's up, Auditing Erie County? What's up, Southeastern PA Dan? What's
up,
up,
guys?
Joe Cool? What's up, Eyes on E-Town? What's up, DMA?
What's up, brother?
How you making out, Christo? They still chasing after you? Then you still got another. court date?
That second one. No,
That's what we
that's
just started watching.
I got court on
what is
Monday.
it?
That's
Why
what I
isn't
thought I
there?
heard.
Why isn't it there?
Was it live or?
No. The 2751. This is 1 month. Yeah, that one. Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
one?
That's my first video.
Name and badge numbers.
160. Last name.
What is it?
What do you need?
Name and badge number?
Last name Robertson. 160. Elmore 148.
Before we get too far in, is the people at home, you guys hearing the volume on this?
I gotta hear it.
Yeah, sounds
sir.
good.
Yes, sir.
Kate's 143.
All right.
All right, so here's the deal. You trespass in the building because the person lawfully in charge of that building does not want you around it. Okay, the sidewalk
Around it?
is not the building.
That's
You can
all.
be on the sidewalk.
That's the only place I was.
Don't go on the property.
Did he say I was on the property?
You did not.
Okay, so
I'm telling you not to go on the property.
What property is this guy talking about at this point? He's talking about a public building or is this a private?
There's across the street from the apartment buildings that I live in. Right, you see, that's my red Jeep. That's like underneath my apartments. Across the street, they're just working on a building. And my wife got me a second phone, and I'm just testing it out, figuring out how to do it. And people that were working there come out and it's like, why are you doing it? Didn't say anything. And he drives back around and he's like, well, I'm the main guy or whatever that works here. And what are you doing looking at my stuff? And I said, man, I don't think I even said anything. And I turn around and leave. I come back down across the street to the back side of my apartment. And through that door behind that officer is my apartment. So I live kind of in the basement, which is my Jeep right there. So I'd walk right in and out. I walked into my house, and about 20 minutes later, 3 officers, these 3, Elmore, and them 3, just knocked on my door. I have no idea how they knew where I lived.
You were just video recording from the public sidewalk?
From the sidewalk.
Were you recording?
going on?
Where is that video? If you were recording, where is the video of that interaction?
I do have that. I'm saying again, I just bought a computer a month ago, a month and a half ago, just because of all this. So I'm still learning how to make videos and even get videos on YouTube. I'm still learning.
So you have the interaction, the first interaction between dude and telling you what you're doing on my.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Somebody probably
I
followed
went-
you, got your plate, and then
No, I didn't drive. I walked across
oh,
the street
shoot,
to the back of the apartments.
that's creepy.
I know. And I never came in contact with any officer. I was here maybe a month or 2 months in this new town. Nothing.
It's funny how so many people are so afraid of a camera, yet there's thousands of cameras that stare at them daily that they don't even know about or care about.
Man.
It's just amazing.
So what's the difference? What makes that distinction? How come they're so angry at yours and I'm outside of 2
Because
cameras
a
at
person.
least?
A person's behind the camera.
Okay, I'm the threat.
That's what I think.
All right, I hear you.
But I'm nobody.
Is it just as simple as they trust the establishment and don't trust me? Is
Yeah.
that simple? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just the insanity and the brainwashing of idiots is what it is.
All right, so let's watch a little bit of this and see how we doing.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even think of it.
Then you won't have.
You
any
already know I know my rights.
With that though, I do need your information.
No.
Blow me.
You just said I wasn't even on their property.
Yeah, I'm
And
stumbling.
trespass. You have to give me a chance to leave first. And you just said I wasn't even on
Well
the
done.
Can I
property.
explain it to you before you talk over me?
Mm-hmm.
So to put your name on this trespass form, to put in our system that you're trespassed from this location, I do need your information.
No, sir. How could you? I only have to give my name if there was a crime. You just said I was never on his property, and he said I wasn't on his
Very
property.
good.
I have video that I was never on his property. You don't need my name unless there's a crime. There's no reasonable suspicion of a crime. There's
You
nothing.
killing, bro.
Y'all know I'm right here. Y'all,
Thank you, bro.
y'all know I ain't doing nothing. I mean, if y'all want to, y'all can.
Apartment building beside Amazing Blazing.
I mean, y'all can.
Being trespassed on the property and refusing to give us information.
I wasn't on the property, correct? I'm not refusing. Now, under threat of arrest, I'll give it to you.
Well, that's
There you
Damn
go.
it, you was fine.
What
already,
I need you to
thought.
say is,
I
Yeah,
thought,
he already admitted that you weren't on the property, didn't he? Didn't
Yeah,
this
I
guy
thought you
already
was-
say that?
yeah,
Elmo?
you
for the rest, so I can
volunteering
have it
shit.
taken.
Yeah. I was nervous. Sir. That's the first time. I had talked to a couple officers because my neighborhood is kind of crazy. So they
Remember
seen
that.
me, but
Yeah, you did good.
Yeah,
Problem.
you doing very good.
heart was
Very good.
pounding, man. And actually, my wife is behind me filming this
All right.
interaction, which I have
All
to.
right. You're right. They just popped up with your name.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. The cat once again walking on the table rewound the video.
That I never went on his property, correct?
I was not here. I don't.
But that's what you just said that he said. Because I said, did he say that I was on his property? You said no. You know I'm not on his property. I have the whole
Right.
film. So therefore, there was
I
no
don't know
crime.
anything. Like I said,
But there was no
several
crime
times.
being committed. There was no crime being committed. Now, if I was on his property and y'all go, hey, you need to leave, I'll leave. And if I come back, excuse me, and then I come back, and then you go, now I'm trespassing, now I need your information. But since I was never on his property, I didn't, there's no crime.
I'm stuttering.
Well, you can talk to us.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Let me just explain.
Not gonna go back.
The
Yes,
reason why is because at this point you're being told that you can't go back. The reason why is because he doesn't want you to go on the property at all. Whether you're on there today or not, I don't know.
Well, but I don't think that's how you would get my information because I didn't
Can I please
have a
finish? I'll
crime.
let you talk. Can I please finish?
Blow
Now,
me. Get
if
the-
you're being warned right now that you can't go back. So if you were to go back, that would be illegal, correct? We had to have an actual document that states that you cannot go
That's
back.
not the way trespassing law works. And
As of
all
right
three
now,
of
you're
y'all
being
know that. No,
told-
I have to be.
All right, for clarification, where are we right now? What state?
Kentucky.
So this is Kentucky, and what was the other question I had? Is these guys are acting like they don't know how to get a hold of you? It just
Yeah.
show up at your friggin' house
Yeah.
like they need your ID.
And still, I asked
Good
for the
boy.
body cam and all that stuff. They won't tell me how they get my name. I do mess up when the sergeant comes in. I do say, "Hey, Sarge, it's Jace, Jason," and I messed that up. I messed that up.
I get
you
my-
being
I
a
get
little
I
nitpicky,
get my
bro.
first name all the time.
Yes, sir. And that's what I was thinking. I mean, because the respectful ones do, you know. I mean, because I, you know, and that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, I never had this happen, but show up at my house, I was like, I was lost.
I hear that shit, bro. You killing, you doing very well. You can tell you watch a lot of that fucking all that shit.
I've been watching all y'all for years. Denver, Regan's sister, right?
Yeah, she's big sis.
Yeah, I've been watching all y'all, and it's like when this happened, I was like, I wasn't prepared. I just like knock at my door and I open the door and 3 cops there, so I know. I was like, shit, do I go back in? Do I shut the door? You know, I like my brain was going, man. And I was
I mean, you might have tried testing them out and tried walking away, like not in the house, but just like walk down the street and see what happens. Oh, see if they're gonna detain you or something. That might be something you could have done in this situation for sure.
That's smart.
Couple more blow me some rude shit right about now. You're on solid ground. You can dance all on them pricks, man. I'd be giving them what for right
now. Tell them your ID's in your pocket. Take it out if they think they can.
Right. I'm getting better. If you see like my latest video, I just because one of the officers, the lieutenant, which I try to file complaints on these officers that just blow me off every time I go to the police station. There was a shooting outside in the other neighborhood, so I walked over there and I give them a little shit. I'm still getting that confidence about it. You know,
it'll be forever getting that shit.
Yep. Yeah, you did very well for your time, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all are G's.
Since I was never. Yes, but I was never on the property. I was never on the. Was I on the property?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
So you can't just. So if he's
from this point in the future.
So if he just says,
I don't know if you were on that property means you don't know if I was trespassing and this ain't an illegal trespass.
Exactly.
I don't want that guy, even though he's never been on my property. I don't want him on my property. You can come up to anybody on the street because this guy said, and you can identify me. Let me get the trespassing code first, because I don't believe that's right.
I'm done going back and forth with it. We're gonna do supervisor.
Okay, cool beans. I mean, all I need is a threat of arrest. I'll give you my stuff, and then that gives me the right to take it to court.
Happily.
Okay, yeah, no problem, because y'all just said I wasn't on his property, so.
Never said you were.
So, okay, so how can I be trespassed from a property that I never was on? That gives him the right to make y'all ID anybody.
Let me see.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on one second. So I just want to get this correct. So if he says Billy Bob Joe was on my property and I want him trespassed, you can just find Billy Bob around the street and get his ID.
Yes.
How is that? Because that would be the long arm of the law. But I was never on his property.
You don't have to be ever on at any point.
That
you trespass because you're making him uncomfortable because you're taking pictures of the building.
So it's not a trespass.
Thinking that you might be trying to case it for a burglary or something like that.
So on a trespass, you don't go up and go, a trespass, you need to leave. Or you just go, okay, now I'm going to write it. But since I was never there.
If you want me to talk, I can never explain it to you, so I'm just going to stop trying. So you can talk to 108 and then we'll go.
Okay, I just want to say, if it's under threat of arrest, I'll give you my ID.
They truly hire the dumbest of the dumb.
No, they're not dumb. They playing, dude. They see
they're
salt.
playing for sure.
You know, they know exactly what they're doing.
Listen, everybody that ever wants to get into this and try this, number one, it isn't as easy as you think it is. Number one, you get 3 or 4 cops standing around you. It can get intimidating, even for us veterans. You know, I mean, like it gets to that point where it gets intimidating still. But listen, the one thing you got to know is it's the same thing that goes throughout the whole animal kingdom. Intimidated or not, that's what it comes down to. If you show that you're not scared, if you show confidence, these guys will lose their confidence. If you show any sign of weakness, they're gonna feed on it, just like a lion, like any animal in the kingdom. You can't show your cards.
The bully at school, he sees the weakness. He pounces.
Exactly.
These are bullies.
Exactly.
What police department is this?
Elizabethtown, Kentucky. That's why I say E-Town, because we call it E-Town. But I'm right next to for public safety, official misconduct. I don't know if y'all know them.
I do.
They're going through this big thing. I'm near them.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. But now I go into the police station once a week. I got videos of walking around behind the police station, cars and all that stuff. Now, when I come out, if I need anything, they'll usually send me the lieutenant or something out, and they just come out and go, "Hey, Mr. Jason, what can I help you with?" And they never do anything, of course, when you ask them. But
yeah.
Good. At least they're giving you some respect, and they're no longer, pushing you around.
It's a long process, bro. And
thankfully, I don't have my kids.
That's right on.
My kids are old now. I got grandkids, so I don't have young kids.
You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. So
this is the supervisor coming up.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see how the supervisor is going to do here.
Sarge, I couldn't see the thing. How you doing, Sarge? Jason, nice to meet you.
See, I say my first name.
You're fine. I do it all the time.
They all know I film. I film everywhere.
Okay.
I'm trying to pump myself up here.
I was on the sidewalk.
I've only filmed like twice in my life, but I'm trying to pump myself up.
I can white load. I'm trying to take some cool pictures.
What's that quota hire?
Right. He was leaving.
The gentleman, or
He said he was the owner. I don't know. I was there 3 minutes.
all right.
On the sidewalk. I got video to prove it. On the sidewalk the whole time. Trying to take a couple shots in black and white. He's like, he said, "What are you doing?" I didn't want to answer him. He said, "I know you can hear me." I said, "Okay." I was trying to just take my pictures and leave. All right. He said he was the owner. I said, "Okay." I moved down to that very next business, try to get a couple shots in the sun, down like this, still on the sidewalk the whole time, never was on any property of his. Came back home. Y'all are here. They want my ID because they said I'm being trespassed, but they say he never said that I was on his property. Now, the way I believe a trespass works, I would have to be somewhere. They have to give me the opportunity to leave, and then I come back. That would be where you get.
Listen, I'm going to say right now, never say I believe. Because don't believe that these schmucks with a badge know the law, all right? If you tell them, listen, the law says that because you're wearing that badge, you can't speak to me, and you say it confidently enough, you're going to confuse these friggin' idiots.
Yeah, that's
believe me,
you
never say I believe this is the way that you just spit the law, even if you're not right, because they do it all the time.
Yeah,
and if you can do it confidently enough, I'm telling you right now.
That's good advice.
Tell you right now, nobody ever accused these guys of being too smart. All right.
For information, then I would be trespassed. But since I was never on his property, I was only on public property the whole time. So I don't want to give my ID because I didn't do no
I'm
crime.
not giving my
taking pictures public property.
My heart, bro. My heart, man. Bro,
he wants anybody, so he could say Joe Jim Bob over there, this guy, and it's funny, y'all knew me because they know I record. I've never been on y'all's property. I never do any crimes. All right.
Nice guy.
I don't want ID. Now, if they say I was on his property, I would want to see how I was on his property. Was never on his property. Took a couple of pictures. That was it, on public property, and came back.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. As I explained in charge to complete the trespass form, he needs identification. So if he goes back in an hour, we know who to come look for to take to jail for trespassing. He doesn't seem to believe that's.
I'll go back right now.
Because I was never on his property.
So what I'm going to do, since I got here late, heard your version, I might speak to my officers.
Yep, please. Thank you.
That's figure it out because I just got here.
Yep. So, and like I said, I told him under threat of arrest, I'll give my ID. But I'm just standing on. I was on public.
I'm trying to channel everybody that I've ever seen.
I'm assuming she's going over there to tell them they're wrong. But she's not going to do it in front of you. She's not going to do it. She's going to walk back and act like they're doing you a favor or something. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. You see here in a minute, these officers walk over to that other SUV car, and my mailbox is on the other side. So I don't know if they go in, since they apparently know my apartment number. I don't know if they go over to that mailbox right there.
Did they call you by name before did they call you by name at all? Like they knew who your name was before
they will in just a second. They'll come back and say it. My full name. They give me the whole trespass thing. I got everything.
So they know your name the whole time, and they're insisting on knowing your name.
Yeah, multiple.
They know
times.
they know where you live. They obviously know everything anyways. They're just trying to
Howard.
make you submit.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And that's legitimately what it is, and this is the game they play, and they're willing to violate your rights, your Fourth Amendment rights, to get your name, and they already know it. So another thing that I like to say, when I'm in these situations is, I don't have to give my idea. No, I don't wish to waive my Fourth Amendment rights. You know what I mean? Like, verbalize that. Verbalize, I don't wish to waive my Fourth Amendment rights. It's a powerful way for them to really think about, am I going to lose my qualified immunity now because this guy's not only is he asserting his rights, he's telling me the right
very
bad
specific.
Right. Right.
Yeah, once you inform them and they still misbehave, then that's when they lose their qualified immunity.
And
That's
that
what
goes,
I'm
that goes
learning.
for your Fifth Amendment rights too. You can
Yes,
just
sir.
not speak, but if you don't verbalize that you are,
Invoke.
exercising your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, they could just assume you're being ignorant and still,
Yes, sir.
you'll lose your Fifth Amendment right. So it's always a good idea to verbalize, what it is that you are asserting, and like I said, in this situation, I would be like, oh, you know what, shit, I gotta walk my dog. Just walk away, see what they're gonna stop you.
Have some fun with it.
I don't even have a dog, but shit, I forgot I gotta walk the dog.
Right.
Just hold a pretend leash and pretend like you're walking the dog away. See what they're doing.
Wait a minute,
That's-
I'm
that's these
detained.
guys
I'm
out.
detained. What are you doing?
Wait,
Let them tell you you're
detained?
right. Make them detain you illegally.
Yeah.
Property, First Amendment type of thing. So,
I was
all right,
nervous.
thank y'all.
Well, that first one. See, they go over here. My mailbox is right over to the right, and one of them go over there and then come back and then know my name, first and last name.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's too hard to find out who we are.
Do you think they went in your mailbox?
I think so. I don't have it. We just moved in. We just moved into this place, and they don't have locks on the mailboxes yet.
So look at these guys. They just went over there and conversed.
He's the
how they're
tyrant,
going to
no
violate
more.
these rights. They just converse on how they're going to violate their rights. Look at this grin on this guy's face. Like, all right, we got this. I convinced the sergeant on my side. These are some fucking tyrants right here, boy.
Colluding, coercion, just a bunch of colluders.
Next time, try to walk away.
I didn't know where to go.
You got
I didn't know where to go.
Just walk around the block.
Right. Until they tell you you're detained. Yeah.
Cross the street, go to the corner and video and record them from 100 yards away, and just stand there and video record them. When they walk towards you, turn around, walk the other way a little bit more, and turn around. See how far they want to push it.
Well, I was thinking this is my property. Maybe I'll have extra rights or something in my head. I think I'm at the time like stay on my property. Like they won't shoot me or whatever.
Nah, they'll shoot you. No, they don't care. They will shoot you. They're obviously on your property. They got no problem going there. So let's see what they got to say.
How'd you find me?
Good, man. Jason Lawrence, 3577.
There you go. Knew my birth date and everything.
You're good on sidewalk?
I wasn't there. Remember?
So next time you see them by your mailbox, man, you get over there and video record them in your mailbox.
I got a camera now by my mailbox.
You catch that
Yes,
son
sir,
of a bitch in your mailbox, and there's no way that's not a Fourth Amendment violation going in your mailbox to ID you.
How did they get it that fast? How did they get that fast?
And they had your birthday too.
Yeah. How could you figure out how they found out that information?
I don't. Every time
Get
I
the
go
cameras.
to the police station,
No, I'm asking Erie County or
Okay.
Joe Cool.
If they're wearing
how
body
could they find that
cams.
out?
If they're wearing body cams, you get the requested
Oh
body
yeah,
cams.
get the body camera footage. See if they opened your mailbox for sure.
They won't send it to me.
Sue them for it. I'm familiar with New York law, FOIL law, and in New York, you file the FOIL. They got 5 days to respond, and they got 20 days to either deny it, ask for more time, or give you what you wanted. And now if they deny it or ignore it, which is the same as a denial in New York, you appeal it. And you got 30 days to appeal it past that 20 days if they just ignore it. Now, after that, you do something they call Article 78 in New York, which is a lawsuit. You file it, and they will lose. And if they really have no good excuse, they're going to lose, and they're going to have to pay your attorney fees as well. But figure it out now, because you got once you get your 1 foot in the water, you can't stop there, man. You gotta.
This is true.
They're gonna run with it. They're gonna be like, look what we can do now. We can get away with it. So like,
He's right.
hold them.
I
hold
have,
those.
and they keep giving me this
How long ago is it?
KRS that the only time I can see the footage if I go to the police station and view it there, but they will not give me a copy of it. And they still haven't sent me any paperwork.
You got that in
Did you
writing?
look up that KRS?
Sir?
Did you look up that KRS?
Yes, and I have it. That's what I was just looking up, and I keep going there, and I don't quite.
What's the KRS? Tell me the KRS.
Crap. So I'll go here.
Yeah, we dream.
I'm saying I'm still learning all this. I didn't even really carry
Right.
phones. I carried a phone for a phone, you know. And my wife just started getting me. She didn't get me, but you know what I mean. She made me get a phone.
You got it in writing where this policy or law that says that they can show it to you, but you don't get a copy.
Yeah, he's getting the KRS right now.
Yeah, and when I go there to I asked last week, and I try to get, I need to, what specifically says that this and that and this. The lady goes back, the records lady, and she comes back, and there's a captain or a lieutenant comes out and tries to, debo me a little bit. And said, this is over with. We jumped through hoops for you. And I said, that's
the hell we got going over there. What we got going on out there, Joe Cool?
I don't know. I got the scanner off. One cop is not big because there's a cop right there, and he didn't turn with that guy. So it's a small thing. The other cop didn't follow him, so it's not that heavy.
How close are you to I'm talking to Truth or what is it? Eyes on E-Town. How close are you to for public safety?
Well, he's kind of from what I've noticed, like his cases in Hardin County is like 20 minutes away from me. But I think he lives right across the river in Indiana. He's got a couple things going as far as I see. But Hardin County, his big case and all, that's literally 15 minutes down the street. Maybe I should check my mail more often.
Remember, I just wanted you to say that, like I wasn't.
Like I said, you don't have to be. As long as the owner wants you to trespass, you trespass. We don't have to say it either.
So if I go back to the sidewalk, does that still count?
Public property, you're good.
Okay.
Don't go on their property, okay?
So how'd you find out?
Told you, man.
I mean, what David?
Who?
I know I
David
messed up and
machine,
said David. We don't have that here.
David? I don't know who David is.
The login machine, you get all of our stuff on from David and all that stuff. The computer, David. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
Trade, brother. I don't know what you're talking about.
So what? So
Trick of the trade.
just asking a question.
You're good. Just don't step on the property. You can be on the sidewalk and everything.
Okay, could I get cards from everybody?
I don't know if I have one.
Yeah, okay.
And the officer back
I
there
love
too,
you,
is
Dan.
in the car as well.
My car's back at the building, so I'm not going to give you a card, but I'll write my name and badge on it.
Yep, that'd be great.
You see cameras? I don't see any cameras, but I am kind of far away.
Joe Cool, I'm lighting up right now. I love you too, brother. I
That's
love
good,
you,
fam. I didn't know you was up here. What's up, yeah?
Auditing Erie County, I love you so much. Thanks for sending me out that text. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known to come on, man. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Got to give a shout out to Phased here, of course.
Then for Metro Audits, man. I watched so many videos of yours. For 2 years, I had social media restrictions. I couldn't post videos, but that means I couldn't comment. But there were so many times I wanted to comment. I told AEC I wanted to comment on his as well. You were another one. And Joe Cool, now that I can, every time I hop on a stream, you want to know what? I start looking for podcasts to see if you're on them so I can hop on them. I like smoking with you, man.
Man. DMA, you're fighting a case for shining a flashlight in the motherfucker face.
Oh,
yeah, I got court for that. Actually, I had court for it yesterday.
How'd it go?
first appearance. Oh, it was nothing. They offered me a deal. They offered me a smoking ass deal too. It was like plead to something other. Oh, one of the obstruction charges, and I'd have to take a class or something like that. That's it.
It's all about
that. The reason they're giving me such a badass deal is because they know they have no case. I mean, Direct D, they even have Direct D's video in the discovery of his confession, saying it was me. He didn't do it. You guys arrested the wrong guy. And then, we have all our evidence. I got all the dash cam footage. It shows that I was driving. He was the one flashing the light. So, my attorney's like, we could argue that, flashing a light isn't actually obstruction, but we don't even need to go that route. We're just going with the route that it wasn't you, period. And so this is going to be a pretty
that
easy
second
case.
argument too. Prepare that second argument too, man. Yeah. That's even a better argument. Prepare that argument as well.
Never take a plea.
I've never taken a plea. I've even had my attorney try to convince me to take a plea, and I've never done that because when people take pleas, it's like, what's even the point of doing it if you're just going to say, yeah, I'm guilty of it, I'll take a plea.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like you're literally making it worse. You're reinforcing that behavior. That's how I feel. So if you're going to do it, you might as well take it all the way.
Especially if you're not guilty of anything.
Exactly. And no matter what deal they offer me, oh, well, you do this and you do that. And,
nope.
I don't care. I'm not going to stand up there and say I'm guilty of exercising my rights. You know what I mean? It's just, it's wild.
I've never taken a plea either. They've offered it many a time, and I laugh in the face.
And I can't say, that I would never take a plea because, there is a certain limit. There are certain times maybe somebody's facing, several months in jail or years in jail. You never know. And people maybe have kids and, there's certain circumstances. But so far, I've never had a need to ever. If I have to do 20 days in jail, then I have to do 20 days in jail.
If someone wants to take a plea, that's fine by me. That's me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to judge anybody for doing whatever they want to do. Because like you said, there's a lot of circumstances that, really make a difference.
Yeah. And
I'll judge somebody. I'll judge somebody if they took a plea deal for some trespassing charge, and it's no, even if it was like 5 days jail or 10 days jail, man. Like you got to, what you're doing. Like when you get into it, and if you're facing like a lot of time, of course.
Right.
And actually, there's this girl out here in Colorado who got charged with felony harassment for following a police officer, and she ended up taking a plea deal because she was facing a lot of time. I can understand that, but as far as just taking a plea deal for something minuscule. I mean, like the Army and the Marines, like you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a Marine, and then when you go out to war, be like, oh no, I can't go because I can't get shot. Right. You know what I mean? Like you know what you signed up for when you did this. So.
Yeah, good point. Good point. But it's all about pleading. Even the lawyers want you to plead. Like you said.
Well, there's two different kinds of attorneys. There's attorneys that want you to take a plea deal, and then there's litigators. And you got to make sure that you get a litigator. And my attorney is an amazing litigator. And there's a difference because some people they just want to get their money and then to get you a sweet deal, and that's it, man. Those attorneys aren't good.
And what DMA is saying is there's attorneys that have balls and there's attorneys that don't have balls.
Just like I want to add in here, just like my attorney, John R. Klotz, he saved my life. They were trying to set me up for 20 years in prison. On Monday, I start trial for retaliation for past official action. They saying I retaliated on the cop. And DMA, Southeastern PA, Joe Cool, AEC, Eyes on E-Town, not just pray for me, but as the trial goes on, please, because everyone's always watching delete laws, whatever. The stuff I got going on here, it's real amazing. Please support. They're going to try to bury me, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to take it to trial anyways. Just like you said, no plea.
Wow.
And I love you, DMA. No plea,
wow,
no
man.
plea.
That is crazy, dude. They're trying to give you 20 years?
Oh, well, no, not 20 years now.
Oh,
but
20 years.
No, originally when they did the 3 felony cases, like you add them up and just one of them alone is a first degree and first degree is 20 years. So, yeah, man, they tried to frame me for things that naturally occur in nature, like
that's fire. Yeah,
biomass ignition, spontaneous combustion. But yeah, just to be on the panel, I always love to hop on the panel with you, AEC. Big fan. And Joe Cool.
What is it? Is FaZe living under a rock?
Oh, AEC. In the
is this guy living under a rock?
In the private chat, I put a video for you.
In the private chat, there's one?
Yeah, it's only 11 minutes. It's recently. What happened in Edison? A lot of big controversy. For some reason my channel's getting shadow banned, so hopefully you can show it on your channel because it's really, really big stuff. What just happened? The bus incident. They violated people's right to freely travel, and yeah. If you guys watch the video, I'd like to see what your opinions are on it.
I'm down.
I'm
Did
with
we
it.
finish the one we were watching?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
the
finished
police were
that.
police walked away pretty much after.
I even found
Oh,
the
yeah,
paperwork
yeah.
she gave me. If
You
y'all
did?
if you want me to jump in and interrupt real quick, I have found that KRS.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Tell me, I want to look it up.
We can pull it up on the screen if you could share a screen.
Yeah. Can you share
Sir?
this? Or actually, just tell me the KRS, and then I'll just share it on the screen so we can all read it.
Okay, it's KRS 61.168.
I guarantee it's going to say
5D.
after been on their property.
168, and then like a space 5D.
Well, parentheses, a 5 in parentheses, and then a D
Okay,
after
I'll just
that.
look it up. I'll just look that part up.
And then it says pursuant to KRS 61.168 5D, if a person, entity, person, or representative person to request a copy of the body worn video depicting the incident, the agency shall make the recording available for viewing on the premises of the agency, but shall not be required to make a copy unless required by KRS 61.169.
So you gotta look that up.
I love those policies and procedures that override.
Why would you even make that? Who would even come up with that shit?
Right, I didn't even understand.
They just love making up fucking bullshit to trump everything, all our rights and liberties. Wow. They just can't make enough nonsense.
Why have a records act and shit like that if motherfucking could just trump it like that when they feel like it?
Right, and this is actually from the records department supervisor or manager. Tiffany Vertreese, I think is her name.
They always got something up their sleeve not to give it to you.
I ain't received anything. It's been 2 months. Not one thing.
That's got
to be a law that trumps that
exactly.
shit.
That's a violation for sure.
Wait, it's 5D. Oh, this one right here. Okay.
I've been pretty lucky, I guess. Every time I file a open records request,
D says that you should be able to get it because you're the person representative of the person in the entity direct involved with the incident.
Yeah, this lady says no. It has to be a lawyer, and she keeps giving me this KRS and keeps giving this paper since day one.
Well, you know what you should do at least then? You should just go down there and just watch it then.
Get yourself a pair of those glasses like Long Island did. Put the camera on them.
See, it was Monday the 13th. All the videos, all the stuff I requested, I got just request after request. I got plenty of requests. They won't. Just now, they said on the 13th you can come view it on the 13th, but they won't tell me what I can view, how many of the videos, because I have like 4 different encounters. Nothing. They keep saying they'll send me the information, though they can't send me the video, but you can come view it. I haven't.
You know what you should do, bro? I think you should start calling some civil rights attorneys over there. They like file 1983s, and just tell them what's happened and see if they're interested in taking on your case, like on a contingency basis, and see if if they wanted to take it. And then you can get an attorney, and then your attorney can go get all that stuff and look into it.
Tell the attorney that you watched the police ask for your ID. They walked away, went to your mailbox. You seen them pull your mail out.
Way to say that.
You pulled your mail out, and they come back with your name and address and everything. Yeah. And tell them that. I mean, you might.
Yeah, that's a federal crime.
But don't get me wrong. These attorneys are not lining up to take these cases. I don't know how.
There's a couple there. It's true. Like even these civil rights guys. There's like 2 people. There's my attorney, and then there's like this one other firm that does this 1A stuff out here. No one else will take our stuff. So,
and I'm going to tell you right now, if you want attorneys to take your stuff, you've got to stay as professional as possible out there because they don't want to see. They don't want to represent professional instigators because most attorneys won't take a case unless number one, it's beneficial to them in a way that it's a win-win case. Two, like a bigger channel like myself, where I have a lot of subscribers, and you know, my attorneys love it because they're getting some airtime when we file lawsuits. But
and that's true to a degree, but it's not always true though. You know, it's not like one size fits all. I mean, you got Eric Brandt out here in Colorado, and David Lanes, which is the biggest civil rights attorney in Colorado. Andy McNulty that worked for him took all his cases, and you know, he has several lawsuits out here in Colorado. So, and you know, if you guys know, I mean, I know all of you know Eric Brandt, how he is. You know what I mean? He's far from civil.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, Liberty Freak too, for that matter, had some crazy shit. And they found Lane took some of his shit too.
And Liberty, they both have case law here in Colorado.
It's pretty cool.
And there's this other girl, her name's Sasha Chronic, and she has a video. She's a small channel, but she's in Colorado Springs, and she has a video that has a lot of views where she was at a motel and there was this guy ODing outside of her motel, and she actually called the police, and she was telling the dude that was ODing, the friend, like how to do CPR. And so she was recording, and then she was on the phone with 911 the whole time. The ambulance come, and then the cops started talking to her, and she's like, yeah, I saw this guy. I was telling her how to do CPR, and I called the police, and her called, you know, the ambulance. And then they tried to like start getting her ID and stuff, and she said, no, I'm not giving you my ID. And then they started getting all tough with her, and they ended up arresting her for obstruction. And she's just in the news now too. So that I don't remember what the article said, but it's something along the lines of like the cops aren't going to get qualified immunity, or I don't think that's what it was. It was like that they didn't have like a reason to arrest her for obstruction or something like that. So, and she's wild. She's like Eric Brandt style. So, you know, if they can make money off of it, some of these guys will take it if they're into that First Amendment stuff. It's just hard to find people that are going to back the First Amendment stuff in itself, you know?
Yes, sir.
A lot of these courts don't see these as high-paying cases. You know what I mean? Like for instance, at Wyoming County, where the sheriff got fired, had to resign because they pushed me out of the county building because I didn't sign my real name into. They're not Dan Erie County. They paid out $9,000. I mean, to the average attorney, that's peanuts. You know, they don't want to take on that stuff. But it helps when the local news picks it up and it gets some airtime for the attorneys and that. So like attorneys are tough, but like the other question is, do you have expandable funds, that you could hire attorneys if you had to pay to sue them for that stuff? That's another thing you got to think about.
Right.
My civil rights lawyer won't touch anything unless I'm injured, 6 figures or more, which is crazy. Yeah, I tell I hand him all kinds of fucking videos with his civil rights violations, and he goes, I'm too busy, until I can get injured, and then he sees 6 figures, and he's not too busy. So it's, I said, I thought you were a civil rights lawyer, no matter how big or small the
Pennsylvania's a tough cookie, boy.
It is.
I got handcuffed in Erie, Pennsylvania. They threw me in a jail cell, 53 minutes. Found out I was on federal probation and shoved me out of the police station because they didn't want federal attention. All right, so I called. I called every attorney as far as Pittsburgh, from Erie, PA. All of them said the same thing. I don't like what they did to you. What they did to you wasn't right. It was wrong. But call me back when they break your face.
Right.
Call me back when you got broken bones.
Yep, it's all about injury out here.
So these police know that too. They know they can get away with it. So anything you can do, little stuff like pulling body cameras, catch them in your mailbox, dude, that would go viral, baby. I want to see that. I want to see it.
There's no way. One officer walked over there and they come back and then they do everything. But I just do have a quick question. Since y'all are the OGs, right? Okay.
If you say so.
Well, I mean, Joe, bro, I've been watching you. I mean, your voice sometimes just clicks in my head. You laugh. You know what I mean? DM, I mean, Jersey, I mean, a lot of things. But okay, since I'm in a Commonwealth, how does that differ so much between like not a Commonwealth state? Is there? Because like I hear, everybody talk, in like California and Denver and all in New York, like y'all say these laws. What's the difference in the Commonwealth?
Well, the Constitution is the Constitution between every state. Your Fourth Amendment right, your First Amendment right, they're good. Now, certain states give you more rights over for instance, here in New York, we got something called the Right to Record Act. That's right to record police. And that even gives us more rights beyond the First Amendment. So I mean, there's certain laws in different states that you got to know your own laws in the state and get familiar with them, because like the Right to Record Act says I can record police on private property if there's police action going on there. So like, I don't know that I'd never put it to the test, but I mean, if I was on private property and like, you got to leave, the owner wants you to leave, like, I right to record that. Sorry, you're here, I'm here. Sorry. I'm leaving when you're leaving, because then it's a legal trespass. But you know what I mean? Like, are the police going to know what a Right to Record Act violation to them is? No, they'll probably arrest me. But in court, are they going to lose in court with the Right to Record Act? Is the judge going to be a good judge? You know what I mean? It's up in the air. I mean, you got rights, but sometimes your rights are your rights after you pay $20,000 in appeals courts and stuff like
your
that.
Main
so
point
you find
is
out what your rights are.
Well, the main point is the more you know, the better off you're going to be. So
confidence too.
Right. Absolutely.
I didn't know if the Commonwealth thing had a big play in what y'all do from other states.
I live in the Commonwealth too, and I don't know the difference. And I don't.
He lifts weights. He's strong. Yeah, I did.
We got good guy audits down there. I don't know if he knows he's up. He's talking.
Good guy activism, not audits.
Hey, I was good guy FAM since he was audits. So
me too.
Yep.
I just left my football game. That's why I just got your text message.
What's up, GGA?
Coolin'. How are you guys doing?
All right, did y'all win the game?
What up, man?
I think we won 49-6.
Oh yeah.
Do you play tackle football or what do you play?
Joe Dog's gotta go.
Yeah, I play pro ball.
That's funny shit right there, dog.
You play what?
Yo, much love, baby. Get home safe. We at the football field right now.
Official misconduct. What up?
You play what do you play? What league do you play in?
I play amateur, semi-pro.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. What position?
Middle linebacker.
Oh, you like to hit, huh?
Yeah, I be killing shit.
That's everybody's favorite.
I'm gonna send you my highlights, DMA. I'll send you some of my highlights.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
You guys ever seen Big Prime? Anybody ever seen the YouTube channel Big Prime?
Big Prime. I think so.
Big Prime is I'll pull up one of his videos or shorts real quick, but like he literally goes around and like obliterates deadbeat dads.
That's
He nails them.
I know what he's talking about. Dude's huge.
Yo, that guy's a fucking house, bro.
He's like, you've been served. You've been served.
Knockout. It is.
Yo, that guy's a fucking house, bro.
You can't breathe. Once he hits you can't breathe for at least 20 seconds.
Straight up on the ground. They're like,
I don't know who he is, but I've been seeing him like the last 2 weeks. Bam! Boom! You've been served, and just walk away out of there. Comes out of nowhere and just knocks him out, knocks the wind out of him. You can't even get it. What I do, you can't even say that. The guy can't even breathe.
Hey, official misconduct's in the chat.
I said hello to her.
Do you have a way, like an email or something you can throw in the chat for Eyes on E-Town? He's having a hard time getting some body cams, and maybe you could help him out since you guys kind of know the ropes over there and stuff.
Sorry. Big Prime. Oh God.
They got this KRS that says that they don't have to give it to him. They only have to show it to him.
I think we're 9 minutes away from the field.
I think we got Rice Krispie on a plane out here.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, what up?
He's tackling folks.
What's happening?
Uh-oh. You're gonna find some Karens on that plane.
No, I had to get on because I had to comment about Big Prime. That guy is awesome. I just saw him tackle some dude and serve him in a convenience store. Yeah. That was epic. And yeah, GGA, man. That middle linebacker, he hits hard too, man. I've seen his highlights. That's the guy.
This dude ain't no joke, man.
This is real.
Shout out to you, Rice Krispie.
Shout out to you, bro. I want to see your highlights. Not
This
Big
is
Prime. I
not.
want to see GGA highlights.
Yo, put my highlights on, bro.
Let me introduce the Erie County fam to Big Prime, real quick.
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys ready? Right.
Bam!
He doesn't even need a running start. You know how force equals and mass times speed equals force. He is just mass times mass equals force.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Big prime time, man. And today, what we gonna do?
I'll have to show my wife that.
We're gonna take it back 5 years ago until I first started serving. So comment below in the comment section.
I just thought it was just
I would not want to see this guy.
It's about to get
Never. That's why take care of your kids.
Yeah, he's straight. I'm straight. I don't need no ass.
Tomorrow. So again, 1,200 likes, new video tomorrow. Without further ado, we tackle gang. Let's get it.
It's a tackle game. I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, Black.
You heard, Brett?
What?
Oh.
2-for-1 special.
Oh my god! I told you he creeps up on you. Look.
He doesn't need even that much of a start. Look at that.
Dude can't even
breathe.
You got me right. Hey. What the
He's hiding.
What the fuck? Hey, what? Man, what the fuck? Hold on, bro. I think he got a knife. Knife! Shit!
No, that's get me.
Yeah, that knife is not gonna save you.
We ain't run up on that fucker with a knife.
Bro.
Good night.
Dude grabs a stick.
Like you're not gonna get.
That's dude's shoe. Dude's shoes in the road.
Hey, you know, bitch.
Say it ain't so.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you for thank you.
Ooh. Hey, before the plane takes off, I gotta tell you guys real quick, man.
Yeah.
You've been served.
I love that guy.
Should have paid your child support. You've been served.
Who are these people that he's tackling?
Deadbeat
dads.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they deserve all that. I have no sympathy for him.
No.
Every bit of it.
Just none.
Hey, let me tell you guys, man, I have a bunch of videos in the can that I've done with Rogue Nation. You might have seen when we went to Gulfport, but we also went to Lake Butler to follow up for J-Town Press. She went to a local city hall and they trespassed her for nothing more than asking for the city manager's name. And lieutenant came out and trespassed her. You know, she went and complained to the sheriff, and I went and complained to the sheriff and told him, hey, if it would have been a regular jackboot deputy, that's one thing, but it was your lieutenant. And he goes, hey, don't be calling people names. I was like, I didn't call anybody names. You said Jack whatever. I said maybe if it was a jackboot deputy. I didn't call your lieutenant or anything. All I said was that he should have known better. Anyways, the disdain and condescending attitude that the sheriff had, you guys are going to love how Rogue Nation and I laced into him for about half an hour. And I'm working on, this is the second story. Joe Cool, you know Hammond, Indiana?
Yeah.
You know the Calumet River?
I know Calumet, but
That's
I don't know
you.
Calumet River.
Well, check this out. There's this place, and this dude was pulled over. They don't want to tell us why he was pulled over, but the cop said that the guy left the scene, and a block later he killed himself. We all know that cop shot him.
Oh, hey, yeah.
We all know that cop shot him, right? And they don't want to give us the body cam footage. They have 7 days in Indiana to give it to us, and they don't want to give it to us. On top of that, while I was doing research on that, I just found out they've been giving another family the run around, circling the wagons and not giving body cam footage when they did pit maneuver on this one kid who rented a U-Haul truck, and they sent him into the Calumet River where he drowned. And that was a few months ago. Yeah, it's the same thing. Look up Fox 32 Chicago. They did a story on that, but I'll have the follow up with the other story.
Were they on the
So
bridge?
I didn't quit YouTube, y'all. I've just been busy with family. You know, Finn, say what's up. He's he's on his. Hey, so just a little fun fact: Joe Cool taught this little boy how to play table tennis, or as the Chinese call it, ping pong.
Ping pong. What's
Look at
going
this
on?
cute baby.
I think that's their name.
Look at that cute little baby right there. People
Hey, at least
boarding
it's
the
not
plane.
crying sitting next to you the whole flight.
Don't let it happen again.
Yo,
Another
County.
cute little baby. This plane is safe.
Hey,
Yo,
Rights,
Dan.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
On that case you were talking about on the U-Haul when you said they knocked them off the bridge, what were they both the cruiser and the vehicle on the bridge when they did it?
I don't know. I don't think they were on a bridge. They just sent them off the road, and it was next to the river. They weren't on a bridge. They just like went down the rocks that were like it was like a little jetty or type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know that
Yo,
Michigan, you can't do
you know
that.
how I started the shower live stream? Now this is the plane live stream. Let's see if James Madison will copy this.
Yo, Dan.
He copied my voicemail too. You know my voicemail where I'm pretending like I'm listening to music. He copied that same shit.
All right, now that I introduced you to all some big prime, we got some highlights here from GGA.
GGA.
I
Hey
watched
GGA,
it.
what happened with you and Eli?
Same question. Good question, right?
Yeah, because I heard you and Easy Cameras on were like, I don't know, man. It seemed like there was some static there, but I know how New York is. You guys have static one day and then squash it the next, right?
Nah, Eli's my boy, bro.
Right on. Good to hear.
He just
Heard.
he's just separated himself. That's it.
Well, you said your part right there. Say less. He's your boy. He's our boy. Good.
That's my brother though.
Yeah.
That's right.
We squash it out.
Nah, there's no beef.
Yeah, good. There shouldn't be, man, because you guys all do good work, man. And if there's like because I was listening to Easy Cameras on. Oh, he's talking down to us, bro. Sometimes that's your own inferiority complex fucking with you, bro. You know, don't let that.
That's my brother, and if he feels like he needs space, if he needs to space himself from people, that's his choice. I respect it. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Hey,
all right.
I might be echoing. I hear an echo, but before they kick me off this flight, I gotta take off.
I'll see
Thank
you
you
later,
for
Mike.
answering that. I'm gonna be watching these highlights though, because I want to see this.
Later, fam.
All right, peace out, bro.
See you right, Crispy. Peace out, much love.
What's up, good guy artist?
What's up? Who that?
It's Jersey.
Oh, what up, Jersey Watcher?
What's up, Top G?
Oh, number 55.
Oh, that's him on the field.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
helmet flying.
Man.
Yeah, he ain't no joke.
Damn.
Oh, he's like Romanowski. He just hits random people that ain't.
My God. Oh, he would break my ribs.
Yeah, good old thick
My
fuck.
ribs hurt watching it, dude.
That's what I'm saying, man. Oh my God.
Thank God I was too skinny for football. Because
you were a kicker.
I couldn't handle it. I couldn't. No.
Hey,
AEC.
That's not him, is it?
In the private chat.
Man, you were like way bigger then.
Oh, he was in his prime.
AEC in the private chat, I sent you a video.
Yeah, was that something you wanted to play?
Yeah. Can you play it? Because for some reason I'm shadow banned, but it's such a good video. It's only like 10, 11 minutes. If you guys watch it, I'd love to get your, to hear your guys' commentary on it. Or you don't have to even go in the back. You can go on my channel, and I'll tell you which video it is.
Your cameraman sucks.
It's showing you lighting them up.
Hey, while we're pausing there, what do you guys think about freaking losing his channel?
I didn't know he did. I thought he had it right back or something. I'm wrong.
Nah, man, it's gone. And check this out. They gave him the reasons why, and if he wants to tell everybody, he can. I'm not going to say it, but then the second channel, they just took it for no reason. They didn't give him any reason at all. Spanky Pants Live.
If they take your first channel, any channel that you make after that, they're going to take it too.
No, after. You see, the operative word in your sentence was after.
It doesn't matter. Like, any channel that you make after that, you'll never be able to make another channel because they're going to take it too.
Well, I understand that. I'm talking about in the press. Look, he made that maybe 4 years ago, and the English in there says if you try to make another channel, right? Is that what you're trying to say? If you try to make another channel, because that's what I read in the YouTube guideline.
Yeah, if you try to make another channel, if you're on a strike and you try to make another channel, or they take your channel down, any channel that you make after that, they're going to take too.
Right. So, okay, but the current that was current. So that one was already there. They didn't take his other channel either. He has another channel up too that has like 18,000, just under 18,000. That one had like 52.
If he's using the same email, they're going to take it.
You can't use the same email.
Is that how it works?
No.
The channel goes by email. You can't.
You can't use it.
Email.
Yeah, they don't have. Yeah, exactly. They all have different emails. So you got to remember, he has another channel that's out. That he still has content on, right? And what I don't understand is how YouTube can just touch. I know they can do anything they want. We all know that. But what I'm saying is, according to their structure and guidelines, it says that if they do something, there's always there's some type of
YouTube is a private entity. They do
but it still gives you notifications. That's why you have an email. YouTube will tell you flat out, we're taking your shit, and this is why, and that's that. If you want to appeal it, this is that. That is, they follow that. And this is the first time I've ever heard them.
YouTube just demonetized me.
I understand.
Also, they demonetized me for reuse.
Repetitiveness? What is that in the repetitive guideline?
They try to say I reused the same video, which I fucking did it.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it happens to a lot. It actually happens.
Reuse content.
Hey, sorry, Joe, bro, but I've been in it for about 2 months, man.
It actually happens to a lot of channels, believe it or not.
So what do you mean reuse? Like what defines reuse?
But it's repetitive.
I don't get it because shorts is the same shit as reusing.
Yeah, but they have a different guideline for them. Now, if you listen to the word, I'm listening. Repetitive. It says so in the guideline. It's any repetitive content.
I'm asking what defines reuse?
Well, like for an example, this video right here.
Whoa.
If you keep reusing this and keep monetizing this in different forms, they're going to find out that you've used it 5 or 6 times and you're double dipping, triple dipping.
Oh, okay. So what if you like make a short private and then you upload a different short, but you cut like a certain part out and then you
doesn't matter.
No. They talking about long form videos.
Right. Oh, long form.
Shorts are.
I took a 4 minute. I think they demonetized me because I used 4 minutes from a fucking hour long video from 2 years ago. I cut like a 4 minute clip of it, and they put reuse.
No,
4 minutes, not even a whole video, just 4 minutes, just like a 4 minute clip of it. But because I didn't edit that video and make it a little bit different, they try to say I uploaded the same video twice.
That's interesting because I've uploaded old videos.
But you can apply back for monetization after a certain period.
Yeah, they'll give it to them in a month.
Yeah, I know. I gotta wait 90 days.
90? You got a strike with that?
No, I never got a strike on my channel.
So how are they giving you 90 days if you don't have a strike?
I don't know. That's just a wait time.
Go back and read it, and then tell them they made a mistake. And
I appealed it. That's why.
Yeah. You gotta put that in there, though.
They want me to prove how I edit videos and show how I make my content unique. But I don't edit videos. That's the thing. So now I gotta start.
They're asking you questions.
Huh?
They asked you questions?
No. They just wanted me to show how my videos are unique and how I edit them, and they want me to show my editing process and everything. But I don't edit videos. All my videos are raw.
Yeah.
So now I started editing videos.
So if you don't want to edit videos, if you don't want to cut videos, they're charging you because you don't want.
No. They charge
if you don't edit videos
and show it twice. You can show it once uncut, but twice apparently they got an issue with.
Well, here's an exception.
If you want to show the same video twice, you gotta edit it and make it different.
I got you.
You can't post the same raw video twice.
I do have a fact on this. Okay, the difference between a premiere and a live stream. Okay, if I preset the live stream to be monetized, okay, and let that play, I can get paid for it, and then I could do a premiere a week later on it, and it's acceptable to YouTube guidelines.
Say that one more
again.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let me say it again. According to YouTube guidelines, if I go through the prompts of setting up a live stream and monetize the live stream before I do the live stream and set it up to be monetized, all right? Not after, before. Remember, the operative word is before. Okay.
Well, I haven't done any of that yet, so everything y'all are talking about, I'm still learning.
I got you, buddy. I hear you.
Anything.
I'm just telling everybody else what I read in the YouTube guidelines. You can do the live stream, and then like a week later, or whenever, you might not want to. For wisdom tells me I wouldn't want to put them together, but maybe a week later you can do that again. On a premiere. You can't. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can, but if you get caught, I mean, I don't know what they'll do, but all I know is you could get paid. You could double dip that way.
So, hey, Wolvie, let me ask you something, man, just for your opinion. What do you think of do you think that, because I've heard that premiering videos, because I used to premiere all my videos, and I've had videos that premiered that sucked, and I've had videos that premiered that blew up. Yeah. But like, I know that like, I think if your premiere kind of sucks and like not that many people tune in, I think that might help like hurt you in the algorithm. But if you get a bunch of people in there, it could help you in the algorithm. And I've also heard that the algorithm reads the premiere as like a live stream and not quite like a static video. So
say that again. Hold on, wait a minute. What was the last sentence?
It reads it like a live stream, not a static
the algorithm will read a premiere as though a live stream, even though I don't think that's true though.
No.
But I've had, like, and Blackglaster told me, he's like, dude, I've had premieres that blew up, and then I've had ones that like suck ass. So what do you think? What do you think's better? Do you think it's just safer to go with static every time, or do you think sometimes premieres are better?
I'll give you my opinion. I do a lot of live streams. Okay.
I premiere all my videos. I think that I'm sorry, Wolvie.
All right, thanks.
I think.
Hold on. Let me finish what I was saying real quick. So, he asked me what my opinion is. I'm going to tell, because I have labeled this. I have talked about it. I've even called Joe and talked about it. Okay. There are some really just poor videos that didn't do so well. All right. I got maybe very little views on, and I realized once. There was a pattern here, and I broke the pattern by getting rid of them, and then I realized my viewership from there statically would go up.
Are you saying premieres suck?
No, I'm telling you the opposite. I'm telling you the opposite. Do less live streams and more premieres.
Yeah,
and make sure they're clear. Because nobody likes YouTube don't like it, and even though they have pushed it, like half of my live stream that I did a premiere on 2 days ago, those numbers for my little channel was pretty good. Okay, so on that one, that got like 10,000 or something like views on it. according to like the one I did yesterday, it really sucked. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's other benefits. I mean, too, you can get you can get super chats and stuff like that too. But it's just hit or miss with me on those. I used to do them all the time because your homeboy Public Tour, he was the one that got me into those premiere stuff. And AFA was like, "Oh, stop doing those premieres. Like they hurt your channel and stuff." And I haven't really noticed, man. Like it's just if the video's good, it's good. If not, it seems like it's the same as just uploading a static video.
I don't understand.
Here you go.
I just don't understand.
So live streams have different.
I don't understand premieres, videos, live streams.
All right, I'm back.
So new, I don't understand quite.
Can I tell you guys my opinion on?
Yeah, let's hear it. Yeah.
So if let's say you got an hour-long video, right, and you premiere it, and let's say you got an introduction, let's say your introduction is 1 minute long. Now the premiere, I think it's usually like 3 minutes. It's like a 3 minute wait or something like that. It gives people time to come in. Yeah. And then if you have a introduction, it gives people even more time to come in. Because everybody be saying hi to each other for like 10 minutes.
Tell me about it.
So, and it builds. If you get 100 likes within the first hour or 1,000 likes within the first hour, the algorithm is going to push that premiere even further. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm thinking? When you just said that, it was making me think about something. Same way that I try to make my shorts now is you want a 3-second hook, right? Like the first 3 seconds got to be something that's going to make them want to stay in there. Otherwise, they're going to scroll through. And like on a premiere, if you have a premiere where like as soon as the video starts, it's like action packed right away. Maybe that would be a better video to premiere. But now if you have a static video where like it takes a while, there's a long introduction, I think that might actually hurt your premiere because people are going to go in, they'll be like, oh, this is boring, and they're going to leave.
No, but they're going to be saying hi. Listen, they always say hi to each other.
Hardcore fans will do that, but people that are just jumping in, if they're not entertained right away, they're going to be like, oh, this is weird. I'm going to.
No, I get what DMA is saying. There is a certain like ADD thing going on there. People they just can't they can't get right. If the hook don't. They'll just pass it right up, especially in the shorts. But in the premieres, what I realized is if most people like your stuff, they'll just fast forward to it because you do know on
you can't fast forward in the premiere.
Well, okay, you're right on that. But what I'm trying to say is sometimes when your premiere is done right away and it still says premiere, people could use the fast forward on that.
Sometimes I just go into a premiere and I say hello
without even clicking on it.
And then I just wait till the premiere is over. That way I can fast forward it because you know what I mean?
The thing about Premiere that I don't like is if somebody hops in the middle of it, they're never going to see the beginning of the video.
And no, but then they got to click out and rewatch it again.
No, they can.
But they generally won't. They generally won't is what I'm saying.
Can you rewind a Premiere though?
You can definitely you can go back to the beginning of the Premiere.
Yeah, they can go back to the beginning if they wanted to.
You can go anywhere you want as long as it's already played.
Yeah, as long as it's already played. Yeah,
you just can't fast forward if it's still, premiere.
Exactly.
I think premieres get your numbers up faster though.
I agree with that.
Have you noticed? Have you guys went live vertical mode yet?
Yeah. You
your numbers.
Like 1,000 people in your live.
Fast.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Your numbers.
Because it goes into the shorts. The shorts.
See,
whatever.
There's the evidence right there.
Yeah. So you get a whole bunch of new people.
Your numbers go crazy in the vertical.
Answer all your questions right there.
Fast.
DirectD has like a bunch of those live streams doing now vertical. That's got like hundreds of thousands of views on a live stream, and I was like,
within an hour, bro, your numbers go crazy. Yep.
I'll give it a try.
You're like, oh my god.
I mean, it makes you go through hell anyway. I mean, try doing that with one hand. You're sitting there like. It the horizontal. It literally makes you while you set your stuff up. You got to go in and do the horizontal thing.
You got to go into advanced settings. Yeah.
It
automatically wants to push you into that vertical mode. I don't like it.
It makes me do all that work, and I don't like that shit. I like the way they had it. It was fine because it gave you the option to set it all up at once. Everything. The advanced stuff was for like maybe time stamps and other things that we never really cared. Hey, honey, excuse me, guys. Felicia?
Don't call me honey. I'm the B.
Hey, you guys want to watch this short? I don't know if you guys have seen this short, but it's got like 4.2 million views, and it was getting 80,000 views an hour, and now it's down to like 30,000. But let's watch this.
How are you?
Oh, just pretty good.
Chilling?
Just we saw you guys over here, just gonna check it out.
Okay.
You guys are calling it?
That's it, man.
All right. You too.
Is that YouTube?
Uh-huh.
What is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me your channel?
I might. Cool.
You got your gas cap a little
You don't
open
want a
here.
subscriber, bro?
Do you want it? Do you want us to close your gas cap for
Yeah,
you?
if you don't mind. If it's
Cool.
open,
Yeah.
push that shit.
How long you been over here at Albuquerque PD?
I've been here for 2 years now. I really like what I do, so.
Cool. Well, I hope you're doing it for the right reasons and honoring your oath.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
You seem cool to me. Like you didn't give me a hassle or nothing. So
You have it right
we
to
like that.
record, right? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not tripping. I've honestly never seen you before. I think I've seen your homie, though. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Check me out. Subscribe. You said if I want another
Yeah,
subscriber.
bro, I got you, G. I'm Officer Cadena, badge number 7574.
Right on, Cadena.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your
You
evening. Be
too.
safe out there.
You too. What's going on?
I mean, this girl is like so awesome, dude. It's cool to like, see someone actually doing it right out there. And it's funny because like the trolls, the people that just can't stand us, no matter what you do, they're always going to hate. Oh, you're still being a douche. And oh, you're trying to bait her and she didn't buy it and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, you guys can't even appreciate a good interaction between a member of the public and a,
That's
and
what
a
I'm
police
saying.
officer.
You got to
But-
see the one I did. It was awesome. The one I released. It's got low views though, because everybody wants to see my butthole get touched all the time. So
The one I did recently that blew up like that was the sergeant yelling at the dude to upload his body camera, ignored him 3 times.
Yeah, that was awesome. I thought that was I
Pure
brought my
cannib-
wife in. I said, babe,
pure cannibalism.
He just walked away
So
from
good.
him. Bill, do it now.
Scott, I'm not telling you again.
That was great.
I went from one video from 8K and then went down to like 323 views. It's just like nuts.
That video picked me up 13,000 subscribers because that
Wow.
cop
Crazy.
yelling.
All these
That cop
numbers,
yelling.
y'all are-
That
oh,
cop
geez.
yelling at
Oh,
the other
geez.
cop. That was and I wish I could go back in that moment because oh man, I could have made the extra viral, dude. When he was yelling at Scott, upload your body camera now, dude. If I would have spoke up and be like, damn it, Scott, you listen to your supervisor, you upload that body camera right now, dude. He would have lost it. Yeah. I think the sergeant and Scott might have gotten a fist fight in front of me. I could have egged on a fist fight, but like I just wasn't ready for it.
Hold on, let me mute this.
It did look like something was about to happen between them two officers. Like
You
was
could tell
mad.
they had some heat between the two of them for sure.
Babe.
As soon as I got stuck in the drive-through, the police everywhere.
Was that flashing
Where are you
lights?
at, Joe Cool? You
No,
traveling,
no.
dude?
I'm back in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Because every time you're up here, you're always in your car.
Every time I'm in Chicago, I'm in my car too.
Oh, okay. I've actually seen you at your pad a couple times, but
Yeah, on panels. Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
All
Wife's calling, so I gotta go. See ya.
Later, bro.
See ya.
That sucks. They just drove literally through the lot that I'm in. It's a car behind me, car in front of me. That sucks. That's neither here nor there.
You want to go audit them right now? Get out and talk. We'll give you the screen.
I can't. They just drove right past. I could have sat after them. Yeah. The cop pulled in behind me too.
We'll give you the full screen.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before on a panel. Someone sees cops and it ends up
Yeah.
into an audit.
Yeah. I've been a few of them. Of course, just by the odds.
Are we going to play Jersey Watchers video?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
Is Jersey Watcher still here? You still there?
You still here, bro?
Yeah, Christo's still there, I think.
Yeah, fuck
He's
niggas.
muted,
Dad.
so I don't know if he's here or if he's just.
We still play it. He says it's like 11 minutes long. If it's
I think he probably wants to be here when we're watching it. So
Oh, okay.
let's wait till he gets back.
No, fuck that. Play at least 2
I'll
minutes.
get it ready. We can't be waiting around for him. Either.
Yeah, he comes and goes, man.
You hear this shit? They every fucking where.
You got to get YouTube Premium, bro.
They charge you for that?
It's like $15 a month, but if you do like the family plan, it's like $30 a month. You get 5 accounts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I pay 30. I got all my channels because I got a lot of channels. I get them all on.
I like watching the ads. Get these, I need these sunglasses.
Hey, what's up out in Erie County? My bad. I went upstairs to microwave some food.
Oh, we're just about
to watch your video.
Premiere this here. What is this? Let's see. Was it 11 minutes long? All right, let's get into it.
Can you let my friend in from backstage?
What's your friend?
What's the names?
I got a Truth Freeze and a Justin down below.
Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
Is Justin an auditor?
No, but he's from my local area.
Yeah, I just can't make an exception on that one. I gotta stick to the auditors only up here. Unless you've been in the field, I don't let these people up. So
No problem. No, he's recorded with me like he, been a cameraman with me. But all right, it's okay.
Anybody who's got a channel who's did at least 1 or 2 videos, more welcome to come up on the stream. If I don't know who you are, like I said, there's a Truth Freeze down there. I put in the private chat between us all to send me a link to your channel so I could check it out. Other than that, during Auditing Erie County live Saturday nights, these are just auditors that we're putting up here. So
it's okay.
And $20, you got to hit my Cash App. $20.
Yeah, you got to hit Joe Cool's Cash App, and he's also going to call out all the bullshit. That's what.
Hold on, so I'm an auditor. I'm an auditor.
I mean, you got videos on your channel.
Sorry,
you just wait a minute. Let me take that back.
Yeah, well, maybe we were wrong.
You're not an auditor until you get that body camera footage of the mailbox.
There you
go.
I swear to God, you catch a cop going in your mailbox to get your fucking ID. You're gonna have 10,000 subscribers from that video. I swear.
Way.
You get that body cam footage for us.
How did they?
You are right.
If you send me that body cam footage, bro, if you get it, I'll do a showcase on your channel, bro.
We'll all do one because that's gonna be epic. We'll ring their bells. All right,
I'm doing what I can. I do have one question, real quick. When do y'all do y'all still get scared or nervous every now and then? I mean, is there something that between y'all OGs that just go like, I'm not reading this right, I'm not liking it? Like, is there something?
This shit's a lot rarer, but there are those moments. I know I still get them, and you got to calm yourself down. But
be honest, I haven't felt nervous out in the field in
nor have I.
A little while.
I enjoy it so much, man. It's just so second nature to.
But if I hopped into PA, I would probably be nervous just because they're animals in PA.
Well, state police.
Animals.
State police just got their body cams, man. They haven't had body cams for their whole career until I think last month. Okay, shows you how corrupt they are.
I thought I was done with that nervous shit, and then the Secret Service came. They had I was going to see Biden. They had a bomb sniffing dog, and then they blocked me in with the cars and called the regular police. I'm like, something is up, yo. I got nervous and shit.
Hey, you still get nervous, no doubt, but it's.
Is there something that like y'all OGs just kind of go, no, like something ain't right? Is there something that
I feel like my personally, like when I'm in a situation, the cops are going to Roy, I don't get nervous. I just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna film this. This is good stuff. This is good footage. And like in that moment, you might not be winning, but you know that you're gonna be winning when you start exposing the behavior that they're portraying at that moment. So I mean, like when they start acting a real fool, I just kind of laugh, and I mean, like maybe this cockiness comes a little bit because of federal probation, because like when these municipalities look up my record and find out that I'm on there, they're like, if we do this, the feds are gonna be looking into us, and like if I was on state probation, like the state would work with the state, they would work together, but the federal government don't work with the state. Like in the case in Lockport, the attorneys told the Lockport, the judge in Lockport the attorney in Lockport told my attorney in front of a judge in the Article 78 for a lawsuit, well, we're working with the federal probation to violate his probation by putting these harassment charges down. And I called my probation officer. I'm like, yo, what is that? He's like, no, dude, it's not happening. And they back off because they know better. Like the feds will investigate. Like,
it's almost like a badge of honor.
Plus, I have a a killer judge. The judge that's in charge of me is like, I guess the way that I was told by a few attorneys put it like this: like, it's not too often that the federal government puts somebody in for the people; they put somebody in for them. But every now and then they slip one in there and they don't realize. But this guy's for the people. Like, he's a legit judge. He's a stand-up guy. He gets it right. Like when I first got out of prison, I did the 45 days in prison. 3 days after I was out there auditing again. Well, they tried to ban me from doing First Amendment auditing, and this judge came through and said, you can't ban him from doing a First Amendment audit. That would violate his First Amendment right. We're not doing that.
Why would they think they could?
I was
because they've been getting away with shit. Apparently, that's the only reason you get those.
The reason they did is because the judge in D.C., which is a different judge, it just goes to show one judge to the next judge. This judge banned me from stepping foot on police department property because the
10 wine black and miles, man.
Because the federal prosecutor in my pre-sentencing report wrote on my pre-sentencing report that I have a YouTube channel where I break into police cars. That's why I can't step foot on police department property.
Wow.
So I mean, it's all about the judge. It's all about
you break into police cars?
Yeah, that's what they wrote. Literally, word for word on my pre-sentencing report says Daniel has a YouTube channel where he breaks into police cars, but he's never been arrested. I was like, damn, I must be really good at fucking breaking into police cars, posting on the internet, and never getting arrested, because that's some skill, boy.
Yeah, it would be.
I'd like to chime in on that real quick, the nervousness thing. So it kind of depends on what audit you're doing. Like Direct D's in the house, I just saw him in there. Like when him and I and Jim Freedom, we went to the prison, I was nervous because I just knew that they're going to freak out at this federal prison. And other ones, I'm not so nervous. And if it's like something big, like we're going to like the mass audit at Sheridan or something, I'm going to be nervous. But and another thing too is when you get arrested, I've been arrested a bunch of times. Direct D's been arrested like 20 times. I've been arrested like 5 times. Whenever I get arrested, I'm always really nervous at the beginning. It takes me a few audits to kind of get my feet wet again. It's like post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, it makes you gun shy a little bit.
Yes, sir.
But you got to keep in mind, man, like we're all going to get nervous. There's nothing wrong with being nervous. The thing is that courage isn't the lack of fear. Courage is feeling the fear, but doing it anyways. And once you just get in there, and it just all becomes instinctual, man. And the more that you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get and the more confidence you're going to build. And then that stuff's just going to come naturally. And once you're like really there in the moment, it doesn't matter. You don't even feel the fear. You'll be nervous in the beginning, right? Just like before a football game or something. But once you're in there, you're good.
I used to get nervous on the ride down to a place where like, all right, we're getting there, and then it was
really?
I step out, pull out the camera. I'm cool. I'm done. I'm good. I'm Gucci. But like, I don't even feel it anymore. Really, I haven't felt that in quite a while, to the point where I couldn't even tell you the last time I felt nervous even driving to a place.
Yeah, but GMA's right about prisons, man. I've done so many prisons, and they are the scariest places to audit. They really are.
Is it because your mind tells you that you're so close to them shackles and that bar behind that building?
It's a whole different world, prisons, man. It's just they are in so control of everything and everybody in that area. And when they see something like us out there, they want to control us and corral us, and and we won't let them, and we laugh at them and tell them to go fuck themselves, and and it's just, it goes downhill real fast.
So they don't
know how to deal with people like us, man. Because they have full control with these prisoners, and the prisoners do whatever they say, and how dare you, and it gets real ugly real fast.
I'm sure the police back them up too whenever they're called.
Oh, not always. Well, they do, but then luckily, like at the prison that I did, I had a couple prisons videos.
Yeah.
They called the sergeant and luckily said, "Hey, man, there's nothing we can do, man. This doesn't matter."
No. I didn't mean on your filming. I mean, normally throughout their day, they think they can depend on those police, so they'll feel confident calling them on your ass.
Check out my video of Salem County, New Jersey, where we got arrested at Salem County Correctional Facility. It's an unbelievable. We even got the police body cams and them colluding on how to charge us with criminal trespass after we left freely. We also have the trial that we fought and won. Talk about real cool judges. This one really understood Jersey law, and so we finally got their charges dropped, their fake criminal charges dropped, and then we sued them in civil court. But the video itself is an hour long, and it goes from The moment we walk on their property, all the way through the court hearings, the
very good.
Cams, it's a real well put together video of us fucking crushing the New Jersey State Police and them losing in court. But anyways, prisons are fucking a rare. They're so different, man.
Yeah, PA, that's totally right, man. Like what you said, because, and I would say literally, like I would say 99, at least 99, maybe 99.9% of just regular people on the street are always going to just bow down to the police because they're scared, right? And they don't want to get arrested, and that reinforces that behavior, and it builds these cops' egos, and so they think they can just bully anyone. But in a prison, it's 99.99999%, right? Like you have to do what they say. You're locked in a cage, and like if you try to go against them, there's grievances you can file and kites you can write. But I mean, you have to be in control. They're in control of your life, so they're used to just everyone just licking their boots and bowing down, man. So when a member of the public comes out there, they just think they're going to do the same thing to you.
And they think they're gods at that point.
In prison, they even got one up on you if you want to file a grievance against them, so they can't retaliate. So what they'll do is they'll start fucking with your friends. So they get your friends pissed at you. You know what I mean? Like, so they got ways around retaliating straight against you. They'll start, locking, putting one of your friends in solitary confinement, make you feel like shit, make them mad at you, and so like they got ways in prisons that,
and they turn the people against you. We're not going to serve anybody until he leaves.
Yes, sir.
Turn the
prison guards are so demonic, and they're such a fucked up people. I mean, just to be a guard, man, they are just sick individuals, man, and they hate.
I got friends who say you shouldn't be mad at the guards. I thought the guards are part of the system, an integral part. And I got friends who like Joe. He just got on, don't mean no harm. He just going about his day. People I respect say that shit.
It's just to be a prison guard, you got to be a different person, man.
You can't just be like, oh, I'm just doing my job. I'm a prison guard. That's the same thing the cops say. I mean, you're literally part of the problem of incarcerating millions of Americans who literally committed no crime. If you commit a crime that doesn't have a victim, that means you're the victim. And so, I mean, there's people locked in cages for being in possession of a plant still today, even though it's legal in most states. In Colorado, there's still people in there for doing that, and you think that's a just job, man? I mean, that's crazy. So
I always say
they're
they're the
totally
lowest.
complicit.
Yeah, they're the lowest form of human life. I always tell them every time I bump into them and they start giving me shit. I'm like, the lowest fucking form of human life. You're a piece of shit. Get the fuck away from me. But yeah.
And the worst one was actually the juvenile detention centers. Those are even worse.
Good point. We did the one in Philly.
The female correction officers, I think they're really bad. I mean, they're dudes, COs. Okay, I understand. You're around dudes, but these female officers, the times that I was there, like if they may not even be cute, but these female officers will stand there with their ass, and they will show these prisoners their boobs and not unclothed, but they will do it to a point where they like it.
I think I hear what you're saying. They put a little extra cleavage to tight this and that to turn the guys on purpose. They like the attention.
That's something. That's a weird mind frame to me. Like just that mind frame of going, unless you're one of the teachers that touch kids and a CO that touches an inmate, but so you have to really think okay, well, you don't start out by doing that. You start out by walking up to the glass where all the inmates can see you and just kind of showing your boobs, and maybe walk in when you deliver trays or whatever, with that, with the tight belt on and all up in your junk in the middle of your thing. These female correction officers know what they're doing.
All right. I got to say, you made the leap from these guards are evil, and as an example, you give women showing their tits. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, not showing them, but
cleavage.
I mean,
even better. How evil is that? Oh.
Well, but what they're doing, what these female correction officers is how I meant to. Sorry, Joe, I didn't mean to.
You just caught his attention with boobs.
Well, nothing but dudes in here, so I think I caught everybody's attention.
I was waiting for the evil. I was still waiting
Well,
for
but
the evil
no,
to drop.
like the evil that I meant of like female COs in jail or prison or whatever. They know that even if they are not socially hot or whatever, you know, they can go in here and they get these men that are testosterone. They're in jail, you know, so these female
That's your opinion.
Well, a lot.
I've been in jail many times. I haven't
I've had
seen
some
that to
great
be the
COs.
case. No, but I've been in jail many times. I never seen that to be the case. I'm not gonna ever bother anyone's opinion, but I mean, you have an opinion on every. Where's the fact on?
I was
they
I
have
was
a
just
dress
referring
code.
to how female guards have this
Yeah, but
little
they have a
thing
dress
and
code. There's a standard operating procedure that they have a dress code. So I'm just trying to. You're
well, no,
talking like
but
they
when
walk
you
in there with
hike your
dresses.
pants up like right in the middle of your hoo-hoo, and then you go into a thing of men, right, Joe?
Well,
Come on, bro. You know what I
I'm
mean?
not helping you. I'm with dude.
I'm
It's
just
not so horrible.
Like I seen it. They'll just hike their right up in the middle and go in there. And I was just saying how
I know what you're saying, dude. Like those, I've been in jail a bunch of times too. They do, like they flaunt their shit, especially if you're a good-looking deputy or a good-looking CO. They love that. That's why they got that job, so they can be around a bunch of dudes, and because they're like insecure
Controlling.
women and they need that constant reassurance that they're
Yes,
hot and
sir.
shit.
That's
Like
dope.
there are women
That's
that do
dope.
that. I've seen it in
Yeah,
prison before.
that's
Yeah,
So
but
I feel
DMA,
what you're saying. I feel what
I
you're
didn't
saying.
mean it like
No, DMA, he was talking about their dress code, and that just doesn't make
Oh.
any sense
No,
to
I
me.
feel
'cause it's-
no, I wasn't.
right.
No, I didn't
I'm
say
not.
about the
I
dress
see the
code.
dress
I was
code
just
thing because yeah, they can't have their titties hanging out. They do got a dress code, but I will see them like like they kind of like flirt. They're flirty. Like there's this one CO and I was
Well,
in prison.
that's
Dude was
different. No,
flirting.
that he was explaining. He was saying at some point something about how they dress or this or that, and that's you were losing me on that.
Well, I was saying how they affect the men in the thing. I don't know how he even got onto jail or whatever. I was just referring to just the female COs of how that can create tension in a jail when you have one
Just having a
CO.
female in the jail eyes on E-Town is gonna have tension. So I really don't know where you're getting at.
What do you mean? You don't understand how
Having a female in a jail where men are in there for a long time and they haven't seen a female, bro. There's dudes behind the freaking door jerking off every time the female guards walking by.
Yeah,
So
I
what are
know
you talking
exactly.
about? Even when they're not provocative. So can we
that's-
continue talking about things that matter? Eyes on E-Town, like where's the?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As a matter of fact, moving on, Jersey, give us a little background about what we're about to watch now. We got this on the screen.
Yeah, no, the whole video is going to be self-explanatory. That Edison police pulled a Rambo type stunt when there was a bus full of people traveling through town, just like they did to Rambo, tried to stop them, tried to order them out of town. And this is Richard Lord, civil rights leader, and he's going to go up to the podium and he's going to put them straight on how what they did was wrong, a violation of the civil rights, a violation of New Jersey state constitution, as well as the United States Constitution and many federal laws. And you're going to like it. I just wanted to hear your reactions on all that,
All right.
But eyes on E-Town.
Yes, sir.
I've been in jail many times, and once I'm in there for like 3 or 4 days, I get to the point I seen people throw cups of pee and shit, and then because I'm so pissed off, I'm like, yo, that shit riles me up too. But let's be honest, let's talk honestly. A female guard
I've
walks
been in jail
by.
3 years.
A female.
I did 3 years in a Texas penitentiary.
Female guard walks by, doesn't have to be provocative. It's going to turn people on. This is natural. Even though there are predatory female guards, but But to say every single one of them,
I didn't say that, George. I
no,
just said we were
you can't
referring
dress
to.
provocative. You can't
No,
show up to
there
work
is.
dressing provocative when there's a standard operating procedure on your clothing.
Yes, but when you hike your between your legs all the way up to tight as it can go, that's I was just referring to how we were
Showing
talking
some
about
camel toe,
COs,
he's
how
talking.
men and to women COs. I was just referring to how COs, how that mentality would. I don't understand that mentality of a female CO going in there hiking up in between her legs, and then so she's liking these men jerking off. So that mentality of that CO going into there every day, going, "Yep, I'm gonna hike my lips up and because I like these people jerking off."
I don't want to
I
talk
was just
about
referring to
this thing
that,
for 10
like
minutes.
that.
I get it.
Yeah, we're done talking about that. As a matter of
Yeah,
fact,
please.
We're
Thank you.
gonna play this video.
Yes, it's a good video
My name's
too.
Rich Lord. I've lived in Edison my entire life. Like to quote Superior Court Judge Mitchell E. Oster of the Superior Court of the State of New Jersey. In a free society, citizens are not subject to arbitrary commands to show their papers or prove their identity. That was the fate of African Americans who had to show their papers during slavery, and the fate of Jews had to show identification papers in the Warsaw Ghetto. To permit law enforcement officers to ask for and to check out passenger identification under these circumstances opens a door to the type of indiscriminate, oppressive, fearsome, authoritarian practices and tactics of those in power that the Fourth Amendment was designed to prohibit. Demanding ID from passengers in this state is a direct violation of the Constitution of the state and the Constitution of the United States, supported by case law, supported by the federal district courts. It is inexcusable that that bus was detained. And it did not matter if they were migrants, if they were a busload of migrants, a busload of Norwegian tourists, a busload of Jews, a busload of black people. The police in this state, in this town, do not get to tell a busload of people that they can't be in this town to walk our streets. Unless martial law was declared, unless some kind of law, were they enforcing any law at all. What probable cause did they have to detain the bus? What warrant did they have? What due process of law did the mayor was given the bus he threatened to deport out of town? What due process of law? Do you guys understand what warrants are? Do you understand what due process of law is?
No.
Do you understand what the courts are? Do you understand what the Constitution is? Do you understand that it's illegal for the police to tell people, all persons, citizens or persons, read the Constitution. It's not just citizens, all persons, migrants, everyone has rights in this country. The First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment. It is a disgrace that this council has been silent in the face of what happened in Germany. They belittled human beings, and then they put them on trains and took them out of town. And that happened here. And your silence is inexcusable, absolutely inexcusable. I'm asking this council to go to the Holocaust Museum and to learn about what fascism is. And I'm asking you to be a voice and to counter what the police chief, the mayor, and the police did to those people, those human beings, those persons with rights. Instead, silence. And the administration will say, we're reviewing it. Next month, they're going to say, we're reviewing it. And the month after that, they're going to say, we're reviewing it. The only thing they're going to say is, we're reviewing it over and over again, because they have nothing but contempt for you and us. Actions, actions. Shame on this town. I am ashamed to live here. Been here since 1971, and this town has a lot to be proud of. A lot to be proud of. Lewis Nixon, the guy from Band of Brothers, he came here after World War II. After he liberated the camps, he came here to work. Shame on this town for what they did, and shame on your silence. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Council President.
Yes.
That was powerful.
I did speak about this in the past, about the mayor's actions. I believe that our police department is some sort of like military organization. I believe that their directions come from the top, which would, in our organization here, we have a police director or something of that nature, we call it, or our head, that is designated as the mayor. So when the mayor makes his comments, he instills those values from the top down. Our officers are employees that are here to work. They want to do a job and they want to get a paycheck. Unfortunate for them, right? They have to obey their orders, which come from the top. Now, I will tell you this. After seeing the video and after seeing the article, I wanted to comment. I was unable to comment because not this council president, the other council president makes me put my questions in for my discussion items on Wednesday. And this came up on like a Monday. So he doesn't allow current events to be spoken at a meeting. That's a big problem I always have with what he's trying to do. But I am going to address this at the next meeting and explain how when you go down a certain road, you create hatred. And that's where I believe our mayor was going. I believe our mayor has created hatred here. And I'm going to talk about that at the next meeting discussions by his actions and by what he says. But that would be a council president. Next meeting will be addressed.
Thank you, Councilman Brasher.
The town of Edison, however, has its own answer, a charter bus to send migrants back to the southern border. The bus that arrived the other night was simply ordered to leave.
Edison Township police officers did not know if any of those 40 individuals were carrying weapons. They couldn't be identified. And that is a major problem. That's a major security risk. It's a health risk. And we're just not going to tolerate that.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
Love
hey,
that.
I'm talking to you, goddamn. They see some ID. All right, you're under arrest. You hear me? Now put your hands on the car. Now you put your hands on the car and you spread them. Now you're going to put your hands on that car. How you do it, you decide right now.
Watch command, you're calling 30. No one get off the bus yet.
Yeah, you said you have a bus there. Identify all the parties on board.
Copy. It's a large group of
illegal detainment.
No, he speaks Spanish.
Yeah, I need to know who's in charge of them.
They don't let them off the bus.
Who's in charge of all this?
The government.
The government?
Yes.
Who's in charge of this group? Who's like the leader? Or...
Statewide.
So weird. So
okay,
weird.
Is that you or?
We're the security guards on the bus.
Okay. Who else besides you? All right, can you guys both come out and talk to me?
Yes, sir.
So what's your role and who are you with?
It's called Operation Lone Star.
All right, keep your hands out of your pocket. Your Operation Lone Star?
Yes. We work for the governor, Governor Abbott.
Do you have, and then who do you work for?
Statewide. We work for statewide, but we're working under.
Okay, and where are these people coming from?
El Paso.
Okay. And where are they going?
New York.
Where in New York?
Let me get the location.
I'm gonna have to see some type of identification of whatever, your regular ID, and then anything you have that shows that who you work for, what program, what group you're with. This gentleman doesn't speak any English. No. There's other cops coming here that are working right now on my shift, so no one is getting off this bus until ID you guys, and then we'll figure out what's going on.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go.
Where you guys going?
We're going to another.
Where's the other? I don't care where the location is. We just want to make sure it's not in Edison.
No, we're not. We're going away from Edison.
So where are you guys going? We're not calling anybody to tell them.
Not near here. We'll see you later.
Probably not, but.
See them downtown.
She just got kilos probably sitting in a suitcase right now, dude. That's just insane. You got a drug dog now, right? Sick of him. K94 or whatever the fuck.
Hey, let's go. Leave I'll see you in about 45 minutes.
We're on the dog.
Dog doesn't know.
Safe travels.
Such a weird video.
Metro Park. See me like kind of really
Such a weird video.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Your detail. I was make sure they don't go anywhere else.
I covered that pursuit. Have your service weapon pointed out the window towards them at all times. Yeah, that is it. Yeehaw! Corralling them out.
We ID'd the driver and the two females over here.
It was fucking wild. I can't believe this is our country. That this just
I can't
happened.
believe
Like this is like it's an actual invasion. Like these,
Wow.
it's
Wow.
literally happening.
You ever see Red Dawn?
I know what it is, but I haven't seen it.
Well, usually like the parachute would drop out of the sky.
Yeah.
Instead of the parachute was fucking busted. I bet you there's about 20 more underneath the undercarriage that much.
he can't believe this is his country where people are allowed to freely travel.
Kept going. I kept going. I kept going.
Tights up for this? Not right now. Just make sure you get out of town.
Spadini, just get him out of town. You got one job.
Order for Simone.
I don't know. They didn't know. They wanted to stop and check to see if they were, but you know.
So what was the reason
they
they
don't
got
have the right
pulled
to
over in the
stop
first
them if
place?
they didn't violate the law.
What was the reason the bus got pulled over?
Right. Right.
There was absolutely no reason. Just because the mayor suspected it was a bus full of migrants, and he just wanted to kick them out of town, which he thinks he's above the law. He thinks he can violate federal law. He thinks he can violate New Jersey state law. And at the end of the day, I don't want to take one political side over the other, but what the Republican governor did was right. If all these Democrats wanted to support these migrants, and what was wrong with putting them on buses and sending them right over to New York that promoted it? AOC, you understand? Right. But at the end of the day, I believe they had applied for asylum, so they were already in their due process. They were asylum seekers, and you know, he's just very corrupt in what he does. This is just one of many civil rights violations he's been doing, and please pray for me that I win my case. My trial starts on Monday, and they really, really did a number on me, but I'm not going to stop fighting, and I'm not going to take any deals, and I'm not going to apologize.
All right.
Your case doesn't have anything to do with this video, does it?
No.
So,
okay.
But in the bigger picture, there is connections because it's the constant pattern of the civil rights violations done by Mayor Sam Joshi and the Edison Police Department. It doesn't matter if it's people trying to freely travel through town where he admitted they're not welcomed here, but it could also be people, Edison residents trying to speak at a podium. This mayor does not care about the law. He feels he can just do whatever he wants, order the police to do whatever they want. And me, as a lifelong resident, I'm very ashamed that, when they said it was an invade, they put it out like there was some kind of invasion. I Oprah requested this video. It got denied. A reporter, Charlie Cradaville, New Brunswick Today, had to do a lawsuit just to get it. And I was lucky enough to obtain footage of this. And I'm just disgusted as a lifelong Edison resident because this isn't my community. We've always treated people with respect. Well, we the residents, that the police were always a different story now. And,
that's why they're putting so much pressure on you, because you're putting so much exposure on them.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, Southeastern. They were women and children, and they made it out to seem like it was an invasion. So Erie County, I honestly thought when I put in the Oprah request, I honestly thought to see like 10 or 20 buses, maybe at least 4 or 5, right? Let's say even 3. I didn't expect it to be just one stupid bus between 5 to 10, at most 15 people. That just
those buses hold 50 people max, pretty much.
Well,
those big buses. So I mean, maximum they turn away 50 people. But I'll give you guys my opinion of this whole situation because I actually did some extensive research and I did some videos on the migrants that are here. All right. Number one thing I want to state and be very clear: these are not asylum seekers. They're not asylum seekers.
Correct.
The excuse what they're saying
Correct.
is asylum seekers. All right. They entered this country illegally. All right.
Yep.
But
Correct.
they are not. What they are not is illegal immigrants because Joe Biden and the administration gave them legal paperwork. All right. Whether the legal paperwork used the excuse of asylum or whatever they use, they are here on legal paperwork. All right. Is it right that they're here? No, my opinion is not. I think that anybody that wants to come to this country should be able to come to this country. But my opinion is if you're going to come to this country, you should be able to get a job, support yourself, and the government should not support you. Now, what the government is doing in this whole situation is wrong because these migrants that are in these hotels, and you can see that right from their mouths, I interviewed a few of them right off the sides of the street in a video. What this company that in here in New York is Doc Go is the company. What they're doing is making these migrants stay with them 1 to 2 years before they will help them or allow them to get working papers in order for them to collect money from the government for housing them. And they're making money off it. So they don't want them to get working papers. Right? The whole shebang's backwards. So to wind this back to this bus load, all right, those people on that bus have legal paperwork to be here. Whether it's right or wrong, Joe Biden administration gave it to them. All right. For them police officers to try to ID these people is a Fourth Amendment violation. For them to tell them to leave that town, that is a violation. All right.
Yep.
Are they here illegally? They are. But are they legally here? The government gave them legal paperwork. Those are our people now. All right. Those people are going to get citizenship at some point. Whether Donald Trump gets in office and mass deports them or takes that legal paperwork from them. But as of right now, today, the way it stands, those people are here on legal paperwork. They have legal paperwork. I've seen it. I have copies of some of these people's legal paperwork. I even went as far as to take some of these people's legal paperwork and see if I can get them working papers working beyond the Doc Go companies and the hotels are trying to hold them in there, just to see if there's any truth to, or is these Doc Go's telling them they have to stay there for a year and a half or 2 years before they get working papers. So that is extremely messed up that the cops think that they can throw these people out because at the end of the day, if they were here illegally, that would be probable cause to ID them all, but they are not here illegally because the administration that is in power right now gave them all legal paperwork.
You make funny laws, you get funny decisions.
Furthermore, I want to add in there, they didn't even know if the bus was illegal immigrants or illegal immigrants.
Yeah, how
They
could they
had to
know?
know.
It was just a bus, right?
Yeah, so but thank you for explaining it much better than I could, because I remember that story you did the on the migrants at the migrant hotel. That was one of the best pieces of
I shut one
journalism.
of those hotels down. They moved them out of there because of the corruption that was going on, and they exposed the Attorney General of New York State sanctioned that company because they seen my videos and they seen that the company was prohibiting them from speaking to me. And they moved the migrants to a different hotel, and I showed up at that hotel and I called them out on it, where I was talking to some migrants and the hotel managers were calling them in, telling them don't talk to him, don't talk to him. They came out and told me not to talk to him. I'm like, whoa. And I pulled out the Attorney General's paperwork. I'm like, the Attorney General just sanctioned you guys and fined you huge for stopping these people from free press and talking to the free press, the First Amendment. And they it's a mess. It really is a mess. And it's true. Like, there is no way that the police knew where those people were coming from, where they're going. Are they illegal? Are they not illegal? They had no probable cause. And if they had a suspicion that they were illegal immigrants, to give them probable cause to try to check out their status of where they're from. The problem with that is the administration gave them legal paperwork. They have it.
Right. There's a difference between, like, regardless of what we feel about if you're here illegally or illegally, but when the administration give this person paperwork to go, you're here legally. We still have to abide by these rules for these people.
That
right?
bus could have been filled with all of us in it.
Exactly.
So that's the problem that I had with that stop. Whether but Erie County explains it best. He knows the complete process, how they were given legal paperwork, whether we like it or not,
right?
Whether we agree with it or not, they were given that legal paperwork.
Yeah, and that city council member was saying, "Oh, well, these cops, they're here to do a job and get a paycheck," and that's just such a lame excuse. I hate that, because, like you said, auditing Erie County, if they were illegal, like under the Trump administration, that would give them PC to detain them, but that's not what it is right now. And when the police officer was on the phone or the dispatch or whatever, and they said, he said, "ID all of them," and he said, "Okay." It's like, dude, you swore an oath to the Constitution, man. You're supposed to disobey unlawful orders like that. And the military is supposed to do it too. And so that's first and foremost, dude, is you can't just say, "Oh, I'm just doing my job. I'm just a peon." Like James Freeman did that video. I don't know if you guys saw it, where he was doing an investigation and he was like, "I'm just doing my job. Can I get your name and date of birth?" And when my boss tells me to do it, I got to do it. And I'm kind of trolling him. But with that said, there's so many layers to this. And in my perfect ideal world, the only borders that would exist would be those of private property. Now, if I have a friend in Mexico and he wants to come visit me on my property that I own, but he can't because he's got to get through this other arbitrary line that the government says you can't get through, I think that's immoral. But given the state that's in my perfect world where we don't have a government, where we're self-governed, right? Because I'm a voluntarist, but we do have a government. And so given the current government that we do have, I think it is detrimental when we have illegals coming in here flooding. And I think the reason why the Biden administration wants to do that is because they know that even the Democrats don't support Biden anymore. So they want to, bring a bunch of people in here so they can help vote. But that's another story. But it doesn't help the United States to have a bunch of illegal immigrants here who are just, getting welfare and food stamps and stuff like that. So
I'm not sure the vote thing is logical, because they're moving them into Democratic cities, which already vote the same way all the fucking time. I'm not sure the voting thing would be the main reason. I mean, they're not going to flip anything. They're already going to vote for Biden anyway, whether you bring immigrants in or not.
One last question about the video, but it's for all four of you right now, right? You guys remember the part of the video? All right, let's say, forget if it was migrants, Jews, black people, Hispanic people. Let's say the bus was filled with us, right? You remember the one part where the cop says about don't let them off the bus. Well, if that was all of us on the bus, is that not an illegal detainment right there and then?
Oh, absolutely is, and Dan said it perfectly, and it was a huge violation, and no matter who you are, and there lies the problem.
I'm going to tell you the next problem is this administration told these people to come.
Yep.
They gave him legal paperwork, right? Now, if, say, Donald Trump somehow gets back into office, and he certainly doesn't have my vote because he's going to indemnify police, which is, he lost my vote. I mean, I'm more conservative, but I can't vote for this guy now, right? But say he gets back in office and he mass deports these people. Yes. The big problem is we made this problem. They're our problem now. These are our people, right? If they deport them, they're going to deport them to the Mexico border. Now they're all going to be the helm of the drug cartels, number one.
Oh, yes.
If they spend the extra cheese to send these people back to their original countries, such as, I'm not even going to name countries. If they send them back to the countries, these people are going to prison for abandoning their country, right? So whether you like it or not, whether you think these people should be here, whether you want, these people are a problem. They're here. They're going to end up being Americans, all right? We can't send them back. We caused this problem. The administration.
No, stop saying we though. Yeah, there you go. The administration.
The administration, because I don't agree. Like I said, and that's the only way I could put it is, hey, if somebody wants to come to America and be part of the society, and they can work, they can pay taxes and be part of the society.
Assimilate, right?
Go ahead and come. Go ahead and come. That's the way I see it. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, I see what you're saying, but in the whole, it's like saying, oh well, I want those. I want people that are on welfare to take UA so they can pass a UA, because in order for them to get the welfare, they should have to pass UA, since I have to pass UA to work to get them the welfare, right? Yeah. It's like misery loves company. It's like, well, if I have to pay taxes, they should have to. And I just think that we shouldn't have to have money stolen from us. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. But yeah. I see what you're saying. Like what I said, we live in the current system that we live in. That's what I was saying, that they don't pay taxes and they don't pay into it, and I have to, and it does hurt us. So I see what you're saying there, but
I mean, like
I don't say like, oh well, you know, like I just think that we all shouldn't have to be victims of theft.
I think like deporting these people, if they came here illegally, is a just thing to do. But the administration told them to come. You know what I mean? Like, it's like saying, it's like if we were to go to a public building and there was a restricted access area, but the police said, hey, yeah, you can come back here. You can check this out. You got back there, then you got arrested. If you're going back there, that's wrong. That's wrong.
And they abandon you. Don't say shit. Like, you told me I'd come back here. Hey, man.
Well, Dan, you're right, because sadly they're all being used as pawns.
And whether you like it or not, as far as they're here or not, if you look at it from a point of view as a human being and not Republican or Democrat, if you look at it as a human being, we can't send these people back.
And we can't really keep them either. So it's damn if you do.
Well, we can't keep them. Well, we can't keep them.
Oh, you mean you got 20, 30 million that came over in the last 4 years? Are you kidding me?
Why you can't keep them?
The cost.
And
cost of keeping them.
Exactly, and they don't pay.
I mean, they could get jobs. We could afford to keep them because there's like around me. We got something called Tim Hortons. It's a Canadian company. It's a coffee company, right? Listen, Tim Hortons is ever since C-19 came into effect, they closed down now. Like a coffee place should be open all night long.
Right.
None of these coffee places are open past 8 o'clock. Not because they don't want to. It's because they can't find workers. Nobody wants to work. So these people will come here and work.
Understand.
So, I mean, to say that we can't afford them is not really true, because these people will work.
Well, no.
They will pay taxes. But the problem is right now, these people are part of a money laundering scam.
Right. Yeah.
They're not letting them get working papers to pay taxes and get a job.
Yes,
they're literally making them stay in the hotel because this company Doc Go here in New York is making $1,000 a month per person. Now, if they get a job and get on their own, they're going to lose $1,000 a month. And if you watch these videos that I did, this Doc Go is feeding them crackers, baby food, and pre-packaged like shit food that you wouldn't eat. And everybody's like, oh, they're here complaining about the food. Like, yeah, who wouldn't complain about that food? You know what I mean? Like, they're not allowed to get a job to go get their own food. And that's the thing. That's the thing that everybody's missing. That's the thing that everybody's missing.
Make up a
But
great
they
point.
do. Well, I don't know about New
But,
York.
you know,
I mean, I'm in Kentucky. It's a little different. I mean,
Did you
all
guys
the
have migrant hotels in Kentucky?
no, but any
Not even in the
Mexican, any
Democratic-run
immigrant
cities?
that I see is working, and he's 6 people deep into a car, and they all got paint and like they're working their ass off, but they all live in one home, right? Working. I don't mind that, but when you take your money and don't assimilate here, you don't want to follow our I hate to say rules because you know who we are, but you know, if you don't want to, if you just want to come here for the money and send it back home, I don't think that's would be assimilating.
You do the same shit over there if you had the same opportunities, bro.
put it this way: we're
Well, but
34.
this
We're
is
$34
America. This is
trillion
the best opportunity place in the world.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, but
34
if Mexico open
I
up
don't think
giving you
so. That's not
5
true.
stacks a
It's not the
month,
best opportunity place
We're
in the
not the
sit in
world.
the
freest country.
hotel.
We're not the wealthiest country. We're not the
We're
freest
we're
country.
like the
No,
most.
but can I make you call me a pronoun or whatever? That's what I was referring to being.
All I know is we're
There's lots of
34
countries that have
billion.
freedom, man. That is
man.
that.
Yeah,
That's,
but
you know, that's
nothing like
irrelevant.
America.
Oh,
Nothing
dude,
like
there's
America.
what are you talking about, man? The Great
Do you think
Britain,
America's on
Germany,
top of the
Spain,
list
like
of
all
freedom?
kinds of countries have
It's
freedom,
not
like
fact.
freedom of speech and all that. It doesn't. Americans pay about 50% of their income to the government every year, and that's usually just in taxes. I mean, if you count like speeding
I don't.
tickets and permits and like registration of your vehicles, like
50 is
people
probably a
pay
low
more.
number.
Yeah, I'm
People
not.
pay. I mean, you work 6 months out of the year to just give money to the government, man. That's not a free country, bro. That's
Right.
slavery.
No, I was just referring to in America, you can be gay and still go for
You can be gay in Germany,
Palestine.
dude. You can be gay
You know,
in UK. You can be
but
gay all kinds of
well,
places.
you can't in
It's
Palestine
not the
because they'll throw
greatest
you off
country,
a roof.
huh?
They'll throw you off a roof in Palestine for being
No, I'm not
gay.
talking. I'm
That's
talking.
one
I'm not.
country.
Yeah,
No.
there's certain countries. I'm
Yeah,
talking
that's all
about.
I'm just.
There's hundreds of free countries that you can be gay in, bro. It doesn't
Well,
mean like
no, I was saying,
America's the
but
only
you
country you
can't.
can be gay in.
But in America, you can do like this college thing that's going on right now, right? You can not know anything that's going on and just go free Palestine and I'm gay. But in Palestine, they will throw you off a fucking building if
We
you're
know
gay.
other countries have shitty laws if
But that's what
where
I'm.
you're
That's not what I'm
going.
saying, man. Like other countries have freedom just like that too. They can do that. It's freedom of speech.
Well, they
can
can
do
throw
that.
you off a.
No, where they can say whatever they want, just like in the United States.
But
What I'm saying, my point is that
you got to
America's
admit
not
that
the
we're at the
greatest
top,
country.
though, right? We're at the top.
No, we're not at the
That's
top. We're at the same
subjective.
level as a
As far
lot
as
of these
freedom
other
of
countries.
speech and all that stuff, you
Yeah,
tell
there's
me where
other
we're at.
countries that have freedom of speech, dude. America's not the only country that has freedom of speech.
No, I didn't say only country, but I'm saying at the top.
Hundreds.
We're
No, we're
definitely
not at the top. We're at the top. There's dozens of countries
What
that
other
have the same rights
country-
that we do. Dozens, man. There's plenty of countries that have just as much freedom as the United States does.
So, okay, no, but what I'm saying is again, I hate to use that Palestine because that's all this crap's going on right now. But I'm saying in certain countries, if you're gay, you are not allowed to do this. They don't want to hear you talk about it. Well, here in America, we got 375,000 different pronouns, and you're allowed to have that thought. Okay,
We
but
understand that part. We got that part.
in other countries, dude, they don't care.
All other countries,
I was just
or you
stating the
talking about
fact,
one
like the
country in
difference between.
between us and all other countries is what you're doing here. You're making a distinction.
Well, I was just saying that America is a definitely freer country than other countries because we're allowed the first and the second.
Right. But that's not what you said, man. You said that we're the freest country. You said that it's like we're in the top tier of freedom.
Well,
and we're
no,
not.
I meant like
We're
if
not.
there was if you go like any Marxist country or socialist company, we're definitely in no other countries that you're allowed to do this shit that we're talking about in colleges. Colleges go, screaming about all this stuff. Well, in other countries, they don't give a shit about what's going on in college. they're going to go, okay, no, man is a man, a woman is a woman. Now, if you don't understand a man is a man, is a woman is a woman, in America, you're likely to go, hey, you're going to get a 96% on your test if that's what you're saying
Let me
in college.
encapsulate what you're saying. Our plantation is one of the best around. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna tell you, America is #1 in freedom in one category and one category above all other countries. America has the freedom of the right to bear arms, and we friggin' rock all the other countries in the world. If you were to take all the other freedoms, as far as freedom to keep your income, freedom, I'm just looking at some things here, and it looks like Switzerland's is probably on the top of the list as far as being able to be free as you can be.
They've
Hong
always
Kong,
been neutral.
Switzerland, New Zealand, Denmark, Ireland. These are supposedly the freest, but
supposedly
this chart that I'm looking at, it all depends. Like what you're talking about. You're talking about freedom of speech. You're talking about the right to own a weapon.
Well,
I mean,
I just meant in like
these things will make things vary.
wholeness of everything.
All right.
Like the wholeness of everything is like we do have it a little better here. In other countries, they understand what a woman is. You know what I mean? Not that any country is better or worse, or I don't want to get any political thing like that. But I was just saying that there is a difference between America that will allow you to
we got it, man. We
say,
all agree with that.
I want my pronouns to be this, DMA. Like, I want you to call me a fucking lizard. Okay? No, but you see, here in America, we have this thing of so many people going, okay, no, you're allowed. No, he wants to be called a fucking lizard. So you need to call him a lizard. Well, in other countries, a lot of other countries, not better than America again. These other countries, they go, okay, well, you want to touch little boys like Russia. Pedophiles, they accidentally stab themselves in the back 9 times after they commit grape. You know what I mean? Like there's there's different
If
ways.
you're trying to beat home, we understand that part, that other countries have harsher rules. You keep beating that point. Is there something you think we don't understand or we don't get about that bears repeating so often?
Well, he questioned me, and I thought that I didn't know if y'all understood the point of the America. He was like, the America is better. I was just saying America is better as far as freedoms here in America. Other countries, they don't do freedoms like we do in America. That was it. That I didn't mean to get anything. I was just
that's fine, man. But you didn't say that though. That's not what you said.
I'm sorry.
You said America is the top tier. That's what you said. So let's just move on past that.
A top
Talk
tier.
About
A top.
And all that
you said it's the top. You said it's the top.
That shit's subjective anyway, right? This shit's subjective.
Of course,
you may like America more, someone else like their freedoms or wherever the fuck they are more. Subjective.
Well,
it's like a propaganda that everyone's taught in school. Like when I was even a kid and we used to pledge allegiance to the flag, like they're teaching you to just be a patriot, and like America. And so they're teaching you that America, I remember when I was in school, they taught us America is the freest country. It's the best country in the world. Like, how have you lived in any other country? Like, how can you even say that it's the best country to live in the world? And I'm not saying that it's a shithole country. I mean, actually, I do think it's a shithole country, but there are plenty of countries that are far worse than America. I'll definitely admit that.
Is there any better?
Say it's like the best country is crazy. It's just propaganda.
Is there any better, DMA? Is there any better?
I don't know, because I've only lived in the United States.
Okay, so that's what I was referring to, brother. That's all.
No.
According to statistics, America's not even in the top 10.
Yeah, you weren't just referring to countries DMA lived in. You meant was we the best fucking country or one of, and it's subjective. Fucking Erie named off about 6 other countries that by some metrics considers are thought to be freer than us.
Okay, but okay, no, you're completely wrong. Okay, so in some other countries, if you're gay, they will throw you off the top
You
of a
about to
building.
say the same
All
shit
I
again.
was saying
Because I
was
didn't hear
that.
it the other 12 times. You're gonna start here? The
But
same
you're,
shit
but
again?
you're, but you
If I
keep
didn't understand it that way, rephrase it, please.
You keep bringing, but you keep
Eyes
bringing
on
the same
E-Town.
thing up.
Do you even know? Do you even know what the terms of service on YouTube is?
I don't.
You know,
No,
I'm afraid I'm afraid this guy's like 10 minutes away or on the borderline of just
what
not
talking?
porn bombing you, but on some real shit. If you say the wrong thing for Ukraine, you say the wrong thing for Russia right now, you say the wrong thing for LGBTQ. Listen, E-Town, you come on my streams all the time. You filibuster anytime someone says something. You have something to say every time. You'll take 20 minutes talking nonsense. You filibuster people all the time.
Not true.
I'm just,
Not
I
true.
watched
You're lying.
I watched your video. I waited patiently. I didn't speak the whole time, and I'm
But
just.
again, this is new to me. I don't know how this works. I thought we were all just talking like grown men. I don't.
We are, but are you going to spend 10, 20 minutes talking about nothing?
Well, but if somebody brings up a point to me, don't I have that point to counter that?
You should counter it, but my point is that every time you counter, you say the same exact thing. Refine your argument. If it didn't work the first 7 times, why we don't understand the first 7? The same words are not going to change anything. So we're talking about how men talk, men make adjustments. It didn't work the first 5 times. You keep saying it a bunch of more times, maybe we'll grab on. Is what you're thinking? That's my beef anyway. I don't know about anybody else up here. Man, argue your point, but you keep saying the same shit repeatedly. Other countries are worse than the U.S. We know.
Well, but that was the one little statement.
Why
that
am I being
said from the
persecuted right
beginning.
now, Eyes on E-Town? Why
Man,
am I
hey,
being
you know what,
persecuted?
guys? Hey, let's just move on, dude. Okay. This is pointless. Let's move on to something else.
Cops suck.
You know what?
And then he's gonna filibuster for another 20
Okay,
minutes.
guys, let's just
Be
forget it.
optimistic.
Can we just move on, dude?
Yeah, be
just forget it,
optimistic.
man. Let's move on to something else. I got something. We can move on to something. Can I play something, bro? Can I play a video?
Yeah.
I just want to play.
Let's move it on because
let me just.
the
Can I just
bottom
play an
line is
intro?
America is not the freest, and it's certainly not by far not the worst. But I mean,
I just want to play an intro, dude. Let me share screen of this showcase that I just did today. And it's a friend of mine.
while you guys are waiting, in the beginning of the stream I talked about it, but maybe my mic was even muted at that point. But I got a video coming out Monday, guys, where the cops honored their oath over the chairman of the board during a public speaking. The chairman told him to remove me 3 times after the first. They came up, stood behind me, and I turned around. I looked at him. I said, "You guys are going to honor your oath today or not?" But I'm not done speaking. And I turned around, put my back to him. They did not remove me. The chairman told him 2 more times after that to remove me, and the police just stood there. So that's one opportunity. You're all going to see this video on Monday. It's pretty cool because the police actually honored their oath over the feelings of the chairman, because I called him a
And we
shitbag.
know what it's been like. Everybody been getting thrown out of them meetings for saying the wrong thing or getting the meeting ended or signs, T-shirts. Everybody been going through it, so it's good to see.
All right, guys. So let's. This is my friend, is a Truth Speaker over here in Colorado, and I just showcased his video. We're just gonna play the intros, so you guys can go check it out, and you can check it out on my channel, and you can also check it out on his channel. You can see the full unedited version.
I didn't approach you. You approached me.
I'm not impeding an investigation. Why are you getting so?
I advise you to step back.
Why are you getting so combative with me,
I'm
sir?
not getting combative. Stay back.
Lower your voice, sir.
Because you're being a turd, dude.
I'm not a turd.
You are being a turd.
Okay.
Record me.
You like
are
calling me a turd?
You are a turd.
Is that really your policy? Is that really?
No, I don't care, man.
You're not supposed to be.
I don't care.
You're
man.
a professional.
I call it how I see it.
You're working. You're a professional.
I call people.
Is that
turds if they
professional?
are. You're a turd, man.
And you're a pig.
Good. I'm glad.
You probably like your bacon, huh?
Oh, I love it.
Oink oink.
Doesn't bother me.
Oink oink.
Yeah, so that's it, guys. Go check that out. It's a cool video, little showcase I did. My friend out here.
I
saw
watched that
that
one.
today.
I didn't.
Yeah. Yes. Dude was like, I ain't going nowhere. He's like, do me a favor, sit over there. No, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna go where I
Well,
want. Blah blah
and
blah.
here's the thing that I wish I would have like put in the video. I put it in the pinned comment. Is like, he was totally nice, and see how they were getting all aggravated, and the guy was like, he was about to punch the guy and being super unprofessional, and he was super nice. And then towards the end, he matches their energy, and he's like, starts saying cursing a lot and stuff like that. And then people are like, oh, that's not how you should do it. And of course, oh, you guys need to take lessons from Long Island Audit, and Long Island Audit's great, but I mean, that's the thing that we get all the time, right? And it's like, dude, you got to keep in mind that like he's only matching their energy. Like when they start acting douchebaggy like that, you can't. That's like blame shifting. That's like a narcissistic trait. You can't just say, oh, you need to just be respectful at all times, no matter what. You know what I mean? And that's not the case for me. I know that ain't the case for Joe Cool either. So,
Right.
but
He was masterful at that. He did maintain that really positive energy in the beginning, and at some point he matched their energy, and he did it so well. Just as they backed down, and I'm glad he did. He'd call them a name or say something that would tug that ego, and they jump right back in and call them 8 names. I was glad, and he was doing that shit on purpose. He's good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually got a video with him too that I did like almost 2 years ago. He was actually reached out to me just via email, and I got a couple of videos with this guy.
Did you put it on your channel? I see that on your channel. Okay.
Yeah, this is on my channel, this video, and then the link to his original video, because I didn't play the whole video, so I left the part out where he does like the drive a shame out of there and stuff.
I thought I remember you saying, this guy, I talked to him a couple years ago or something, and blah, blah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like my showcases never, like, there's certain show, like of course, like Lackluster and San Joaquin, they get tons of views on theirs because that's like their main thing now. But like my showcases suck, dude. They don't get that many views. But especially this one too, I've noticed it's only 10 minutes. So you guys notice that like 10-minute videos like that, the YouTube algorithm doesn't push it, because in like Auditing Erie County, we were talking about that, like your videos that are long, like 50 minutes and stuff, they get a shitload of views because YouTube wants people to like stay engaged for the longest period of time that they can, and so they'll push those.
They're making it possible. It used to be like 7 minutes was just perfect. Then the shorts came along, and motherfuckers like Erie started making hour-long vids, and shit changed. Now that 7 minutes don't exist anymore. A 7-minute vid, you didn't do nothing.
Yep. Yeah, they don't
I'm gonna tell you what videos do good. It's got to have drama in it, because I did videos where I had an interview with the mayor. I mean, I'm talking the interview I did with the mayor of Lockport after they put those harassment charges down and stuff, and he wrote a memo. He wrote a memo to all the city workers that they're not allowed to talk to the press. And I interviewed him twice. I put this interview out. This is real news. This is like legitimate. This is real legitimate journalism, getting to the bottom of things. But you know what? It ain't in there. You ain't seeing me tell a cop to go kick rocks, and nobody wants to see it. And it's kind of disappointing. But like, the other thing I'll say is like on my channel, like the perfect example is I did a GGA video, good guy activism video, where that he caught that cop sleeping in the cop car. And the cop got out and threw him in the street. Like, man, I think I got 60,000 views on my channel covering his channel.
Yeah.
But my point is, if that was me and I got shoved in the street and it was my video, dude, that video would have had 400,000 or 500,000 views. 800,000 My channel only wants to see me. They don't want to see me cover other people. They don't want to see me do commentations and to change your algorithm of your channel to start doing stuff like damn, as this guy, it takes a switch over of your channel to become a channel more like Lackluster, where you can cover other people's stuff, because the people who come to the Erie County fam, they want to see Mr. Erie County. They don't want to see anything less.
Yeah.
And of course they want to see drama. They don't care about the interview with the mayor and the mayor putting a sign out that says you can't speak to the press unless it comes through me first, and he can't do that. And I had an interview with him. He admitted it was wrong. He tried to, make excuses, and he tried to, pretend he didn't say what he said, and he's like, "Oh, Dan and me are good friends. We called me up for a beer." I'm like, I don't think I've ever asked the mayor out for a beer, but he said I did 3 times, trying to make it sound like we were buddy. But I told him straight up. I said, "Hey, you may think that I can come down here and talk to you. I'll come down here and talk to you anytime, but don't think you're getting off the hook when you do stupid shit like put this memo out. You can't talk to the damn press because I'm going to hammer you with the hard questions. And if I catch you lying, I might pretend like I'm your friend there, but I'm going to play your older words right next to your other words in the actual video we're putting out. I'm going to expose it." And, I got comments in that video like, "Oh, you were too soft on him. You didn't see through his bullshit." I'm like, "Wow, you don't think I exposed him well enough?" I put what he said up there on the screen, along with he tried to excuse himself.
You didn't call him enough names. You didn't humiliate him enough. That's what.
Yeah, I guess they wanted me to call him a shitbag. That's my
Right.
go-to term. I mean,
Woo-hoo,
that's
how
not really
does
too bad of a swear word, but I can call him I think I'm gonna make a shirt that says "Don't be a shitbag" for my merch. I don't know how well it will fly, but that's one of my favorite go-tos. Like the cops trespass me, like,
Yeah.
"Well, I appreciate you." I'm like, "Well, I don't appreciate you because you're a shitbag."
Yeah. Yeah, that's your catchfrash right there,
That's
dude.
that's my go-to
Yeah.
catchphrase, but I don't know if I put that merch out in the store, YouTube
Well,
might take it down.
Yeah, I don't know do you use Teespring?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
don't know.
whatever YouTube gives you your
Well,
store.
again, there's 2 options. You can use Teespring and there's another one. And I have Teespring too, but like I know that like they might not allow the shit. I don't know if they would or not, but they might not allow it. But Teespring kind of sucks anyways. I'm trying to move past. My cousin's got his own like t-shirt making store. The thing about Teespring is if you order from Teespring, like a lot of times that they use, it's a certain kind of printing that they do. It's like heat transfer, it's called. And so like the print doesn't stay on. And so if you
Too
guys
many
ever order
washers.
any stuff,
Too many
when you
washers,
wash
it's
it,
gone.
it comes off. So if you order anything from my store, guys, and it starts fading off, too soon,
Unsubscribe
you
to
can
DMA
email. Unsubscribe to me, yeah. But you can email Teespring and they'll give you another shirt for free. And then
Really?
if it keeps doing it, they'll just give you a full refund. So you can essentially just get your for shirts for free, really. But that's what I do because I sample all my merch, and then if it starts doing that shit, they'll send me more stuff, and then I'll tell them, hey, it's still doing it, and they'll just refund me. So
I got one of my favorite merches of all time was one of James Freeman's sweatshirts that I have a sweatshirt, and I have the shirt. I loved wearing it auditing. It says United States Constitution. It's got a picture of it, and then underneath there it says void where prohibited by law. And it's like it's perfect. I was wearing it in the I was wearing it when I got arrested or like handcuffed and arrested and put in a jail cell in Erie, PA. And the cop looks at it, he's like, "Void by law." I'm like, "Yeah, right now. That's you. That's about you right now. I have a constitutional right to do what I'm doing. You just voided it by your law. Like this is the shirt's for you, bud."
Yeah, that ignorance knows no
I
bounds.
still
It's not
got
so
the
much
old
ignorance.
I still got the old school James Freeman Flag of Tyranny shirt.
I tried to order another one of those shirts and things was gone. I was like, "James, it's gone." He's like, hold tight because I'm switching companies himself. He says, "I'll get you a link to the new one. We'll put all the old merch out." But I think that we're at 3 hours here. Probably gonna close this live down. Anybody else got anything they want to share before we out?
Not really. It's been fun. It's been a blast.
So everybody hit that thumbs up, or you ain't fam. Remember that. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yep. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh yeah.